Rise and shine, Mr. Freeman. Rise and shine. Not that I wish to imply that you've been sleeping on the job. No one is more deserving of a rest. And all the effort in the world would have been wasted until, well, let's just say that your hour has come again. The right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world. So wake up, Mr. Freeman. Wake up and smell the ashes. I need like another fucking monitor or some shit. I don't even know where to put it. I don't have room. I could string it all the way over here, maybe. There's just so much shit on my desk. I'm trying to fit. This needs to be clear so I can play my game and do all this. And this is my fancy monitor. Then on this tiny side monitor, I'm trying to fit OBS and like a full tab of Chrome and Discord and a chat. So I just need like a second monitor over here for, I don't know, chat and some other shit or something. It also helps to pull it up on my phone, but I don't want to read it on my phone. Notification from Fidelity. Order to buy AMD. 0.05 shares filled at 215. Execution time 9:30 a.m. I probably got fucked on this. These are like the customized buy orders or something. So normally the way that I think it should work is you put an order in and the computer just figures out like, okay, you want to put this much money in. I'll just read whatever the price is right now or whatever it's going to be for the trade. And then you pay that price for that amount of shares. But this custom one is like, oh wow, this is really exciting. The custom one is you have to actually set how much you want to buy it for, which is like fucked up. So I always put it too low. That way, if it is actually, if I am gonna buy it, I buy it for a lower price. Because I've done it a lot of times where I want to buy a stock and it makes me do that. So I'm just like, okay, I'll just buy it at the price that's set. And then I go the next day and I have the stock, but I paid like, I don't know, I paid like a bunch extra for it just because I didn't know whether it would go down or up or whatever. But that's not a big deal. None of that shit matters. What matters is you have the stock and you hold it forever and you never let go of it until you retire and then you have $10 billion. But I just bought some AMD stock. I think it would be cool. I bought a very, very small amount of AMD stock because I hate buying individual stocks. I only buy the index funds or whatever. But AMD is badass and Nvidia is badass, and I think it would be cool to own a little tiny bit of stock in them. Like I have $10 in AMD, and I have another $10 I'll put in Nvidia if it lets me. Actually, let me try it right now. Nvidia. Buy 0 point. Wait, I only have $1 to trade. Is there already a Nvidia trade in? Oh yeah, it's saying we'll buy it at $183. Whatever, man. I kind of want to go get. I have a monitor in my shed. I don't have any way to hook it up though. Rise and shine, Mr. Freeman. Rise and shine. Not that I wish to imply that you've been sleeping on the job. No one is more deserving of a rest. I just don't have a cord for this shit. Let me look. All I have is DisplayPort. Can you get a DisplayPort to DVI? That's the weirdest fucking adapter I've ever seen in my life, and it's like $10. There's a 2-pack for $15. Oh, this one's $5. There's a bunch of random tech shit that I want. Well, there's actually only this, and I want thermal pads for a graphics card. I don't got any fucking money though. Can you plug in monitors to your motherboard and your graphics card? You can, but it looks like it's fucked up. It have issues. I don't know if I'll play Skyrim or Overwatch or, God forbid, League of Legends or GTA or Expedition 33. There's too many games to play. I don't know what to play. Shut up! I do want to work on so much shit. I was gonna say Skyrim, but the same is true for every single fucking game. Should we just plow through this? Maybe. The shit I'm doing on Skyrim is really boring. Well, kind of. It's the hardest difficulty and it's survival mode. Because, like, I've played so much Skyrim, there's no reason for me to play on anything besides the hardest difficulty. Like, I should be able to figure it out. Let me just find some dumbass content real quick, though. What the hell? What the hell? Oh my god, ain't no way. 50 crazy GTA theories that might actually be true. This looks like it could be really cringe.
We all love good GTA theories. So I've got not 10, not 30, but a whole 50 crazy GTA theories that might actually be true. It's gonna be a long one, guys, so let's just dive right in.
Don't you ever not tell me things I want to know!
This first theory on this list will change your perspective about GTA Vice City forever. In Little Haiti, Mila's funeral home, which seems pretty normal, but when you get inside the actual cemetery, you can find a human skeleton with one arm missing. Near the funeral home, there is a butcher shop that belongs to the same Romero family. When you zoom in on the items showcased in the shop's display window, you can actually see a human arm there, along with a package that reads human organs for transplant, all suggesting that the Romero family is actually running some sort of human organ trafficking business. They probably use their hearers to transport the goods, making it the perfect
I
time
only
for
care
their
about
illegal
GTA 5.
operations. That's pretty dark, don't you think?
Quite frankly.
Do you remember Johnny Klebitz, the hotshot from Lost MC Bikers gang, who we really came to
I
love
like
in
him
GTA 4?
too.
However, he became a junkie and was killed by Trevor when he decided to confront him at the worst possible time. But hold on, did Trevor actually kill him? Apparently not. This new theory is
No, I'm talking about who's the guy, who's the like protagonist in GTA 4. I see clips of him. He's kind of cool. I know that there's some connection between GTA 4 and GTA 5. So there's like a tiny few shared characters. I didn't know this. Is his name Johnny? I didn't know that was a shared character.
cover the hotshot from Lost MC Bikers gang, who we really came to love in GTA 4. However, he became a junkie and was killed by Trevor when he decided to confront him at the worst possible time. But hold on, did Trevor actually kill him? Apparently not. This new theory has surfaced that suggests Johnny was still alive after getting brutally stomped by Trevor. That's hard to believe, right? Well, I wouldn't have either, but here's a video that shows him still blinking his eyes, which suggests Rockstar actually left the decision on us to actually kill him or leave his death on Trevor. What do you guys think about that? There are many theories connected to the three protagonists of GTA 5, but this is the one that sounds the most believable. Each character represents a different era of GTA games. Trevor represents the chaotic and absolutely crazy era of the early top-down GTA games that were unhinged like our Canadian guy. Franklin, on the other hand, represents the ambitious 3D universe like Vice City and San Andreas when GTA was setting new standards in gaming. And finally, Michael reflects the more refined, mature era of GTA 4 and GTA 5, a calmer, post-success vibe that focuses on storytelling and complexity. Rockstar has always had a knack for included cheeky little details in their games that poke fun at celebrities or even politicians. Many of us have seen The State of Happiness and thought it was simply a recreation of the Statue of Liberty, but some eagle-eyed fan made a striking discovery suggesting how it resembles US Senator Hillary Clinton. And the reason why Rockstar did that was because Hillary was one of the critics who suggested the new regulations for video games after GTA San Andreas hot coffee controversy went viral. To further support this theory, you can actually see this model holding a cup of coffee instead of a book, which is wild. Let me know if you have noticed that already. Lester is the guy who keeps tabs on everyone. Heck, he even learned about Michael and his secret deal with the FIB, even though Michael was trying to lay low. So how could he not know about Trevor, who wasn't even trying to hide and had a whole illegal drug business going under his own name? It only makes sense that Lester knew what Trevor was up to, but he chose not to share that information with Michael. Maybe he didn't want to stir the pot, or he didn't want Michael to get spooked. Either way, it feels like Lester had more cards up his sleeve than he let on. Apparently, Lester also knew about Nico being alive. In the mission where Lester and Michael are trying to put together a crew for the next robbery, Lester mentions that there was this Eastern European making moves in Liberty City, but no, he went quiet. We're sure he was talking about Nico, who, according to Lester, went quiet, but not quite dead, because thanks to his Life Invaded page, we know he's pretty much alive. So if Lester knew Nico went quiet, it's likely he also knew Nico had retired. Do you remember that scene where Big Smoke puts in that ridiculous fast food order? At first, it seemed like he was just hungry.
Let me get two number
some fans think
9s.
otherwise. The theory is Big Smoke was just trying to kill some time because he knew the balls were about to ambush them and wanted to keep everyone in one spot. And when the shootout begins, notice how Smoke doesn't even bother to fight back, claiming he's too busy eating. Coincidence? I think not. Alright, here's one for the conspiracy theorists. Some fans actually believe that GTA games are set in hell. All the NPCs and characters are sent there to relive their worst experiences, as well as traumas. That's why no one ever truly dies. They just respawn, doomed to repeat the same mistakes over and over. It's all just part of their
Okay,
eternal
dude.
punishment.
It's a video game.
Trevor might have killed his parents. Our guy Franklin wasn't lucky enough to know them. His father is thought to have died while he was just 3 or 4 years old, while his mother overdosed shortly after. While some fans think that Frank's dad might actually still be alive. Inside the shores, there's a lonely old guy with the last name Clinton who's said to have served in some war, which made him this way.
War crimes? War crimes? What's a war crime? Losing! That's the only crime? That's the only crime!
Could it be Frank's father, who abandoned his family after struggling with the trauma of war? It's a wild guess, but in the GTA universe, you just never know. I am sure you all remember Zero from San Andreas, the guy who came up with one of GTA's most hated RC plane missions ever. Well, some fans believe he's changed his identity to Lester from GTA 5. I mean, the timeline certainly adds up. Zero was in his 20s back in
What the
1992, and in
fuck?
2013, Lester was in his 40s. Both have a knack for technology and developing some deadly gadgets, like Lester's explosive device that he uses to kill Norris on live TV. It's crazy, but it doesn't sound impossible. I mean, Zero could have reinvented himself as the mastermind we all know as Lester. Have you guys ever noticed how each character has a different smartphone? Some fans have made a connection that the smartphone they're using
they?
actually represents their personality or social character has a different mastermind we all know as Lester. Have you guys ever
Oh. Franklin doesn't have a fruit phone. I thought he did.
noticed how each character has a different smartphone? Some fans have made a connection that the smartphone they're using actually represents their personality or social status. Michael uses an iPhone because, well, he's a rich guy. Franklin uses an Android phone because he's your average user who's more into tech than Michael. And finally, Trevor uses a Nokia kind of sturdy cell because all he cares about is having a reliable smartphone that lasts longer with its rough use. Rockstar has always been great at leaving certain details open to interpretation, and one mystery the fans love to theorize about is Trevor's father. During the scene, when Trevor confronts Deborah and Floyd in their apartment, Trevor says how he had a difficult childhood and his father wasn't nice to him.
I had a tough upbringing. My daddy was not nice to me.
And we know how things turned out in the end, with the couple found dead in their apartment. It wouldn't be too far-fetched to think Trevor could have had a similar fate for his father, but Rockstar never confirms it. However, it certainly adds an eerie layer to Trevor's troubled backstory. Here's a wild one that might sound too out there, but hear me out. Some fans believe that the healthcare system in GTA is so advanced it actually has the ability to resurrect people from the dead. Now before you roll your eyes, think about it. We've all seen how first responders in the game can revive people in seconds, even if the FPS been blasted to bits. Some fans argue that this technology could explain why the world of GTA feels so reckless and dangerous. If people know they can just be brought back to life, then that isn't really a big deal. It's a bizarre theory, but when you consider how over the top and absurd GTA's universe is, maybe it's not as far-fetched as it seems. It was odd to have a protagonist in GTA 3 who couldn't speak while the rest of the people could. Rockstar did give us an explanation for that. However, that hasn't stopped fans from coming up with their own wild theories. There's one that I find particularly interesting. The theory suggests that Claude's inability to speak is a result of a bullet wound from Catalina that severed his ability to talk. The bullet might have damaged his throat or the surrounding areas, leaving him unable to speak, but still able to grunt or make noises when he was in pain. This has certainly given the story a much darker twist. This next theory ties the 3D and HD universes of GTA together, and it's a fun one. In GTA 5, during the mission Hood Safari, you can spot 3 guys biking through Grove Street, and they look strikingly similar to CJ, Big Smoke, and Ryder from San Andreas. At first, it seems like a cool callback to the classic GTA moment when the trio rides through Grove Street in the first mission, but as you get closer, you realize they're not the same characters. Fans have debated endlessly about what this means, but it seems just like a cheeky nod to GTA San Andreas, perhaps to keep the memory of the old Grove Street gang alive. I'm sure you guys remember Smoke's betrayal in GTA San Andreas. It really took some of us by surprise, but the signs were always there, even at the start of the game. Remember when CJ returned home for his mom's funeral, and Big Smoke popped out of the kitchen, almost bashing CJ with a bat? It was rather weird. I mean, what was he even doing in the kitchen when no one was home? Well, the theory suggests that Smoke was actually there to take out Sweet. He'd always been eyeing the top spot in the hood, so with Sweet gone, Smoke could have taken control. But when CJ unexpectedly shows up, Smoke's plans gets interrupted, and he has to come up with a quick
Wait, which game is this? Hold up.
excuse and act like nothing was wrong. You know how when we are first introduced to Grove Street in GTA 5, we notice how the whole hood is filled with ballers, and we hardly see any GSF members. It seems the ballers took over the hood, but there are some wild theories as to how that might have happened. Some fans think that the two games exist in two separate eras, hence there was no CJ to help GSF fight back, so the ballers slowly took over. But the theory that I find more believable is that the Grove Street families just sort of faded away over time. Lamar even mentions how GSF members left gangbanging behind them to become powerful CEOs and stuff. It's a subtle but interesting hint that GSF started focusing on more legitimate paths, leaving their old criminal activities behind, and so it gave ballers an opening that they took advantage of. And this next theory even has some evidence to support that. In GTA 4, some eagle-eyed fans have spotted this billboard, which kinda shows CJ as this businessman. This suggests after the events of GTA San Andreas, CJ left a life of crime behind and became a successful businessman. I mean, it makes sense because he added properties and the money to go legit, which might also be the reason why the Grove Street family lost control, because without CJ, they never really stood a chance. Now,
Okay, dude, I don't think I care anymore.
guys, before talking about this next theory, I'm gonna give you a little heads up, as this might spoil the LA Neuer story for you. But if you played the game, you know how Cole Pelps, the protagonist, dies in the sewer after getting swept away by a massive flood. We never really saw his body, but many believe that his body is actually hidden in the abandoned mineshaft in GTA 5. When you go inside the mine, you can actually see a dead body, and all signs lead you to believe that Cole Pelps, the way he's dressed, the circumstances in which we find the body, and the fact that Rockstar loves connecting their games with one another, could this actually be Cole Pelps' body? Let me know what you guys think about that. You remember the big score mission where the three protagonists tried to pull off this massive heist together. When they enter the bank, they meet the manager who goes through each of their IDs. Michael and Franklin pass through without issue, but when it's Trevor's turn, there's a noticeable pause. While some may think it's just Rockstar building up tension for the scene, there's a theory that suggests the manager recognizes Trevor from the first prologue heist. Now I know all of them had masks back then, but the thing is, Trevor takes off his mask when he exits the car. His face is clearly captured on a security camera and later shown in the news. So when Trevor walks into the bank for the big score, the manager might actually recognize him from that incident. Trevor killing Johnny Klebitz was one of the darkest moments in GTA 5, which kinda triggered Lost MC to find and kill Trevor. So apparently they come to Trevor's trailer, but when he wasn't there, they ransacked his trailer. However, some fans believe that it might have been Ron behind the mess. He obviously had the motive, and he knew he could put the blame on the biker gang. Was Ron actually lying, or was it truly Lost MC who did it? Let me know. I'm sure you guys remember the altruist cult, the creepy old folks in GTA 5 with a taste for human flesh. But here's a wild theory that could probably even be called fact today. Trevor might actually be one of them. It sounds insane, but hear me out. Rockstar
Oh yeah,
spells
he
it out.
definitely
There's some
is.
solid evidence. Take that scene where Trevor offers Michael a bowl of stew. Michael takes one look and immediately
It's an
notices that
eyelid.
there's something suspicious in it. Trevor, being Trevor, of course, he shrugs and says it's probably an eyebrow before eating the whole thing himself. He even turns up at the end, which definitely suggests it wasn't something normal. You can also hear him sometimes say things like, "I don't like Indian people," or something like that when loading into GTA.
Never eat Indian people.
This one's pretty wild, but think about it. Michael always talks about how he has two different personalities in his therapy sessions. He talks about how one part of him is just trying to live a normal life, while the other is a reckless, crazy guy doing insane stuff. And he's right, because we don't usually see Michael do crazy stuff like Trevor or Franklin, but when we do take over as players, we make him do some reckless stuff, which is why Michael feels like he loses control over his body. Alright, this next theory is more of a stretch, but it suggests that GTA games are actually Hollywood movies. Yeah, I know, we know Rockstar takes inspiration from movies for the games, but what if the games themselves were movies? Think about it, everything in GTA is so over the top. You're pulling off insane heists, dying doesn't mean anything because you just respawn, and the cops are ridiculously reckless. Almost like they're acting in a movie scene. The ability to spawn cars and get whatever you need makes it feel like a director's toolkit. I know it sounds crazy, but at least we're not in hell, right?
Deborah killed Floyd. Oh, this one's probably the last one. But I only care about the GTA 5 stuff. Whatever.
Do you guys remember the Hang 10 mission where Trevor finally confronts Deborah and Floyd at their apartment? An argument starts between the three, and the next thing we know, Trevor comes out all covered in blood, and everyone thinks he killed both of them. However, according to a more logical theory, it was Deborah who killed Floyd because he threatened the two with a knife, while Trevor stabbed Deborah, getting the knife from Floyd after he got shot. One dude actually used a mod to get into the room to show us the aftermath of the whole murder scene. We talked about Trevor's dad, who he might have killed, but what about his mom? She's alive, right? We see her pop up at Trevor's trailer out of nowhere, so she must be alive, unless Trevor made the whole thing up in his mind. There's a pretty good theory out there which suggests Trevor's mom didn't actually show up, but it was all Trevor's hallucination, because he feels guilty for taking her life. And it makes sense, because the second time Trevor comes back to his trailer, she's just gone, simply disappears without a trace, making Trevor lose his mind again. Speaking of Trevor's hallucinations, there is another theory that claims even Trevor's rampage moments aren't real either. These are also just as mind cooking up scenarios as to what Trevor could have done. Take that one time when Trevor started going off on the military guys mocking his Canadian accent. According to this theory, none of it really happens because there are no wanted stars popping up, and no mention of these crimes in the news the next day. Something we usually see in GTA after a big blowout. So what do you guys think? GTA 6 release has put a pause to World War 3. Yeah, this is definitely the craziest theory here, and it's actually a theory that I could almost understand. Who doesn't want to play GTA 6? I mean, even world leaders would want to play the game.
But
right?
a pause on World War
He's probably already
3.
threatened the Rockstar HQ, saying he will
Who
leave.
the fuck cares? Alright, we're done with this. Look at this. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Jobs tier list. Hold up. Bro. Overclocking a $20 GPU.
This GPU was considered slow in 2015 when it first came out, and 9 years later, it is 1,000% slower than integrated graphics. In 2024, you would get 10 times more FPS if you played games without a GPU. In fact, it is so bad, I can barely even run my fucking wallpaper at 24 FPS. In this video, I'm gonna try optimizing and overclocking this absolutely dog dookie graphics card to see if it can handle Fortnite or even anything.
Fortnite.
The first part of this challenge is finding an NVIDIA GeForce GT 710. And I know damn well I'm not buying a new GT 710 because somehow it is selling for an outrageous 100 fucking doubloons. To explain how much of a ripoff this is, the graphics card I have right now is $400 US and is literally 5,593% faster US and is literally 5,000. The
What
graphics
GPU
card I
does he have?
right now is
RX 6900.
$400 and is literally 5,593% faster than this glorified HDMI port that can't even run Google Chrome without overheating. So switching it out for one of these pieces of garbage.
How much can
will
you really
genuinely be a
overclock
horrible
it?
Experience. Unfortunately, I already own a GT 710. My dad got it for $30 back in
Wait, what? You can go to ×4 speed with premium? That's new.
2017, and I was running Roblox at 720p 2 FPS for that ultimate high-octane dopamine gaming.
I swear, my last video was 100% not clickbait.
Dude, what even is that monitor?
Bro, what is this mouse?
Homeless people probably have a better gaming setup than this. Today, I'm just gonna throw all my privileges away. Goodbye to my $1,000 gaming PC. You will be missed. So, because this PC is unironically older than Fortnite, it actually struggled to even install the game. If you look at the minimum spec requirements, you need a minimum of Intel HD 4000 integrated graphics or an RX Vega 8 4000. And you guessed it, the GT 710 is somehow 3 times slower than this integrated GPU that you probably never even heard of before. But I noticed something strange. How can these be the minimum requirements? One of them is 4 times faster than the other. Fortunately, this graphics card is barely 8% faster than the HD 4000, so we might have a chance at being able to boot into the Fortnite main menu. So here we are at my dad's setup. I low-key feel bad for him. I think World War II bunkers had faster PCs than this. So the first thing I did was boot up the PC.
Wow, this is even slower than I thought it was gonna be.
I've never even heard of an i5 3570. I thought there was an i7 4770K in here the entire time. This 3570 is so incredibly slow, every click takes 5 seconds to register. It's like I have 1,000 ping in real life, I'm about to crash out. And of course we have the star of the show, the GT 710 with 2 gigabytes of VRAM.
Wait, what?
An i7 boot up the PC.
Wow, this is even slower than I thought it was gonna be.
I've never even heard of an i5 3570. I thought there was an i7 4770K in here the
Why would you think that?
entire time. This 3570 is so incredibly slow, every click takes 5 seconds to register. It's like I have 1,000 ping in real life, I'm about to crash out. And of course we have the star of the show, the GT 710 with 2 gigabytes of VRAM in here. So maybe 200.
Oh, come on. 2 gigabytes of VRAM. Can't be that bad. You can make it work.
Yes, is not going to be possible. We started installing the Epic Games Launcher because the main point of this video is to see if there is any way we can make this GPU run a game. I then installed the latest drivers for the GT 710, and to my surprise, the latest driver was released this year, despite the fact that this GPU came out nearly a decade ago. So then I tried to start the Fortnite download, and of course the base game has to be 60 gigaballs. We need to free up 26 gigabytes worth of storage to be able to install this singular game. This was going to be a tough task, so to try and clear out enough space, I went to install Vitral Optimizer to just...
Bro, this coffee cup is a piece of shit that I'm using. It has like a crack in it, which I didn't think would be a big deal, but it looks like the coffee's leaking the fuck through it. Jesus.
Just quickly debloat the PC from a bunch of useless software. But guess what? My PC is now detecting viruses. I can't even install Microsoft Visual C++ without a virus warning. My Google Chrome is deadass more paranoid than 2017 Fortnite kids when they're top 3 in solos. Anyways, we still didn't have enough space, so sadly this meant that we had to download Fortnite onto a hard drive.
This was the hard drive that I used to use back in 2017.
Which not only meant that this download was going to take the entire day, but loading into the game would take forever too. And this hard drive ended up being even worse than I could have ever imagined. You might be thinking, oh, you played on this PC in 2017, it must be from 2017. No. This hard drive was from 2006. There is a 40% chance that you are younger than my hard drive. So I started the download at 2:30, and my future is not looking very bright. We averaged about 1.5 megabytes per second, which is literally nothing compared to the average internet speed in America. And let me remind you, the file is 58,600 megabytes. Putting this into a calculator, I found out that downloading Fortnite will take me almost 11 hours. Some light, nothing too crazy. To be extremely productive during these 11 hours, I spent a whole day playing Tomb Raider 2013 to get this gameplay on screen. So then I came downstairs at 8 p.m. just to see that we are 95% done, and all my PC has to do is verify the files. Normally this process would take around 20 to 30 seconds on a Gen 3 SSD or newer, but this is a hard drive from 2014, which means it's most likely going to take 20 to 30 minutes. But boy was I wrong. I went out to play some ball for like half an hour to come back just to see 98%. This wasn't even funny to me anymore. I was actually about to lose it. When I came back downstairs to check on the download, we finally have Fortnite installed. It only took us about 8 hours, which was quite the relief. So with Fortnite installed, we are finally going to see just how well the GT 710 can perform without any optimization. optimizations. We were barely even getting double-digit FPS in the lobby with absolutely nothing happening on the screen, but the FPS was stuck at 54. This was the most stable FPS I've ever seen. If you look at the FPS on my other PC, the numbers are almost never the same, but the GT 710 seems to do a pretty good job at being a completely unusable graphics card. So if you want to waste $20 on something, this might just be the move.
Like this is just horrible, bro. Like
When do you overclock
it
it?
doesn't have side buttons. And then this keyboard, like we don't even start talking about the keyboard. How do you even use this? But yeah, this is basically just hell. So let's try and optimize this thing and see if we can get more FPS.
So I went back to Vitro Optimizer, mindlessly enabled all the optimizations, debloated and cleaned my PC, hoping for some better results afterwards. From 54 to 66, honestly, that was not nearly as bad as I expected. Usually these optimizations work the best on mid-range computers like my laptop, where I got from 240 to 440, but a 12 FPS boost at this level is definitely pretty impressive. This was still pretty unplayable, especially for competitive players, and even for a casual like me. I feel like if you have anything less than stable 165, there's definitely a significant disadvantage. Either way, I had to try dropping the 3D resolution to 60%, as that would reduce the game resolution from 1080p to 648p. Even then, this decade-old dumpster wreck still got less than 100 FPS.
My bad, I'm eating right now, but I just realized that this is a side button. That is pretty useful. Oh my god, this is the other side button. Holy crap, this has 2 side buttons, bro.
You would think that's where we stop and give up and conclude that the GT 710 is straight up butt cheek water. And technically you're right. There's no universe where this is worth remotely close to $20, but we must keep pushing forward. I am not the type to give up this easy. I shut off the PC, unplugged all the wires, put it on the floor, opened the case, and gently ripped out the GT 710 from its home. You're mine now. I'm gonna have to put this back in my dad's PC before he beats me up when he comes home tonight, so we're in a bit of a time crunch. So I gently, aggressively removed the RX 6900 XT from my main PC.
Last time I tried taking out this GPU to put in an SSD, I broke the clip on my motherboard.
By ruthlessly yanking it out and replace it with an absolutely minuscule, I mean average size GT 710. It doesn't even fit the slot. It doesn't even use the entire PCIe lane, and the bracket isn't even long enough to fill out the gap in the case. But as I like to say, personality is way more important than looks. I mean, performance is way more important than aesthetics. So by pairing this GT 710 with a brand new 7600X, we might be able to witness the true power of Nvidia. But before we could do the GPU switch, there were definitely a few roadblocks. See, this is my first time swapping out a GPU. In fact, this was the first PC I've ever built, and without anyone to help me, I was prone to make a mistake. But today,
How old is this guy? Is he like 16?
I'm gonna become a better version of myself. I'm gonna tackle this challenge and get through it without breaking something. So I plugged in the HDMI cable because it doesn't have DisplayPort and got straight to work. I got everything working, but unfortunately we can only play at 1080p 120 Hz
Or 1440p 60 Hz.
Alright, just show me the overclocking.
All have plays ranked like this. Little did I know this was going to be the last time I used this GT 710. I overclocked it just a little bit more and my whole PC started freaking out.
And this GPU is super weak, because normally if you use MSI Afterburner to overclock, it's pretty easy to just put your mouse back on the reset button and go back to your previous overclock. But with the GT 710, the second you go over the limit, it makes your PC unusable.
When I tried shutting off the PC and turning it back on, after logging in, it would start freaking out again, and I wasn't able to undo the overclock. So I had to do what's necessary and switch the GT 710 back to the 6900 XT. But I ran into a huge problem. Again, nothing was posting, and after watching about 10 minutes of YouTube tutorials, the only logical fix was to unplug and replug the power connectors, and that seemed to do the trick. So back to the original question.
Wait, please show me your power connectors.
And that seemed to do the trick.
Oh
So back to the
no.
original question. And after watching about 10 minutes of YouTube tutorials, the only logical fix was to unplug.
RX 6900. No! He said this was a $400 graphics card, and he's plugging... Well, I don't know what you call this, but you should have 2 plugs. This is one plug. This is one cord coming down, and it's plugging in once here, and then the same cord is plugging in here. You should have 2. One here, and a separate one here. Holy shit, dude.
Plug and replug the power connectors, and that seemed to do the trick. So back to the original question. Is it possible to get competitive FPS on a GT 710 with optimizations? Yes, but only if you're willing to sacrifice all of your pixels and your sanity. I will never be doing this ever again.
Alright. Mid video. Kind of funny. Kind of cool. It was mid. It was alright. Better than any video I'd make. What the hell? Oh my god. Ain't no way. What the hell? What the hell? Video game. What kind of video game are we gonna play? Are we gonna play Shit Legends? Oh, I hate this game. I hate this fucking game. Why would I go out of my way to play this on my own? Ugh. Oh, I want to look up... I'm not going to be able to buy this right now, but apparently Hightail is coming out today. Could be exciting. Hightail. Still pre-purchase. When does it come out? Comes out sometime today, that's all I know. Standard, $20. No, I can't buy it. I don't have money! $10 a.m. ET. It should be out. 3 p.m. GMT. What is that? So, if I just look up Hightail on YouTube, are people going to be playing this? Like, this is out right now,
Question
right?
is, where does it lead? I mean, it was easy enough to, like, get out of the dark here. You know, you don't have to really build your own house if you,
Don't show me ads, you fucking cunt! This is Hightail.
Oh, they do damage.
Oh my god.
Ah!
I'm doing 5 damage a hit.
Another wolf, another
Oh,
wolf,
I'm
another
just-
wolf! We gotta be careful not to hit each other.
No, I don't think PvP's on. I don't think we can attack each other.
Can we make a campfire so I can cook this food that I got?
How do you have a battle axe?
He probably got it from the loot. That's what I got.
How do you make a workbench? Oh wait, any
can-
stone. Can you make
There
a
you go.
workbench? Oh, thank you. Crude
Ryan,
daggers.
building stream incoming. Oh god, yeah. I don't know.
Okay, that's cool. That'll be something to play later. Maybe in like a week or something. I'm supposed to get my what the fuck? It's my financial aid refund from the college. Should be a decent chunk of change. Thank you for the announcement. God, I hate this game. It's okay. We're gonna get iron. I love how, you know, League is so integrated into my PC that I have to restart just for a simple update. And somehow it can't tell that my internet just fucking died in the middle of a game. And it's like, oh, you're being toxic. And you're being AFK. And you're creating a negative experience for your teammates. And you could be punished for this. If you are so fucking smart and you're so deep into my computer's asshole, why can't you see that my internet died? Bruh. Fuck you. Unbelievable type shit. That's what I'm saying. Low priority queue. Fuck you. I guess it's only a minute. It doesn't matter. I'm so excited to lose every single game I play today until we get to Iron 1 or Iron 4. I think what's the lowest? Iron is a good starting point though. We'll work up from there. One thing that's really important is I don't know how much it would help or how important it is, but it feels really important. My worst games are when I'm just like being really aggressive and making mistakes, or when I like try to take a little bit of a risk and I get super punished for it. So something really important that I'm gonna try is to just play normal and play very safe and wait until I see an enemy that is making a mistake and try to punish them for that mistake. Like if they're coming out and getting aggressive with me, or some shit, or if they're on like by themselves, or if they didn't put vision down. Like, it's good to punish enemy mistakes. Who's good against this fucking guy? Isn't there so? I think Galio's really good against Zed. Okay. And people don't like Mel. I would like to get placed on ranked though. I feel like that's not too crazy. It'd be kind of fun. It's what my friends are doing, so I may as well keep up with them a little bit. I also want to place on Counter-Strike. I love Counter-Strike. And you get fucking medals for just placing in the season. It's really cool. I don't think I have a season 2 medal because I just didn't play. Oh, I have this? That's cool. Crazy. There's some settings somewhere to make it so I don't have to see the enemies like league names. I can just see their champion names. And that might help a little bit. Against Pantheon, he can, what can he do? He can poke me or something. I can poke him a little bit. He can jump on me and block stuff. And he can dive onto me with his ult. This game is gonna piss me off really, really, really bad. If I go straight into the longsword? What are we doing? Are we all going there? Fine. Oh, I don't have my vape! This is gonna be a hard game. Can't wait to die and go run to get my vape. This is aggressive, folks. Very aggressive. Why do we all take a step in here? Oh, there's one. What are we doing? Oh, I'll take that. Shit. What do I buy? Just that, I guess? I don't know. I'm losing my lane, though. She can disguise herself as minions. I didn't even know that. That's some new shit. Hey, buddy. I'm gonna be behind in levels and in CS. I do have a gold lead, keep in mind. I got a whole kill. The CS doesn't matter as much. The levels are gonna matter a lot, though. He's gonna be tougher than me. A lot tougher. You missed your CS, dude. I'm missing mine as well. Damn, he's good. He's just jumping right on me and doing whatever he likes. Now if he jumps on me, I could do my little combo. It might help a little bit, but pretty scared of him. Oh, fuck you. That does a lot of damage. And he ignited me. Okay. So he's... That doesn't seem very fair. He just flat out is beating me in these fights, even though we're like decently evenly matched. I have an extra... an extra item on him. That didn't even work. Whatever.
An ally has been slain.
Now he's really strong, and I'm scared. I'm just trying to get some of these guys. Grab those. There's Morgana. Morgana's top. Leave me the fuck alone, you dumb cunt. I got a little combo on him. That's good. I think I still lost, but gotta punish him when he tries to trade with me. Make it an actual trade. Yeah, it's not happening. Man, fuck you. I don't have shit. He did use flash. He's just gonna try and jump on me in the tower, and he has his ult. Hello. It's Morgana and Pantheon. Leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone!
Ally has been slain.
Okay. Is this what I just buy boots? I don't know. The items don't fucking matter, dude. They just make you stronger. Just buy an item, it makes you stronger somehow. Who cares? Either makes you do abilities faster, or do more damage, or get more health. Whatever. Where's Pantheon? He's right here.
An enemy has been slain.
on, man.
An enemy has been slain.
Where does he want to go? They want to go to Dragon soon, don't they? I haven't been using any of my wards.
Shut down.
That right there.
An ally has been slain.
Where is he? Oh.
An enemy has been slain.
I know. That's fine. I'm just trying to help. Oh, she's down there. Kind of. Not really. Oh yeah, she's in mid. She's hanging out around here. No, Nico's gonna go for the grubs. Okay. What am I supposed to do? Are we gonna try and take him? Nope. Whoa, hello. Oh, I don't know if that worked. It did. She has a decoy. We have to try and get it. Oh, nice. Tom Kench did something. He probably just licked the fucking thing. So, did anyone die there? I don't think any of us died. That's pretty cool. Try one of these. Boom. Alright. They're gonna take Dragon. That's what he's doing. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm worried they're gonna take it because we can't see it. And Pantheon's gone. Yeah.
An ally has
Oh,
been
she's there. No one's there. Wait a second. Oh, I'm so cooked. That's terrible. Chat, I'm so cooked! Man, that's just sad. What went wrong? It was 4 of them. We just lost. We just lose the dragon. Why did we try to take it? When are you even supposed to take dragon? They have to be like somewhere else. Whatever, dude. You just get punished for everything. Yeah, Pantheon's doing pretty great, isn't he? I'm gonna get flamed for that. There needs to be like a super clear advantage if we're gonna try to take an objective. And if not, you just need to let them have it and try to do something somewhere else. You can't just guess that you're gonna fucking win, especially. I mean, now it is just over because they're way stronger than us, and it's just gonna keep going. At least Pantheon's way stronger than me. Come on, fuck you. Dueling? Hitting with 2 separate attacks or abilities within 2 seconds deals extra damage, max health damage, and grants me a shield. Cool. Keep whacking it. Probably just... No, he's here. Never mind. Why are you running on me?
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. Enemy double kill.
Okay, they just... That's free.
An ally has been slain.
Pantheon. Gonna do a 2v3? No, they have 3. It's just as we lose this.
An enemy is dominating.
I told you he was coming. I don't know what he wants. I don't know what. Yeah, Pantheon is alive. That is a real person. Try and kill this.
Has been slain.
Jesus Christ. Run the fuck away, run the fuck away, run the fuck away! Here he is. Who has Rift Herald? She? I don't know. Did we steal it? Why did I get a fast teleport?
Your turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, whatever. What? What do you want? There's a lot of people here, man. So we're fighting for dragon. They got a pick. Maybe we'll get a pick. I don't know. Being aggressive.
Your turret has been destroyed. An ally has been slain.
Okay. Shit ain't working. I'm not doing anything here, man. We're just losing. They're all getting picked off.
Your turret has been destroyed. An ally has been slain.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. I heard her. She's just invisible. I don't know where Pantheon is. Oh, he's down there. He just immediately jumped here. They're gonna come for me next. Yep. I'm not protected anywhere here, yeah. I'm just running. I'm running! Give me my little speed. I will hang out up here. Oh, leave me the fuck alone type shit? No. That was an awful place to be.
Your turret has been
There's just no turrets there, and they were down here. I knew they were coming up. I should have put vision down quicker and just don't be here. There was no safety anywhere. Cool. We got a turret. How about that?
an enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Enemy killing spree.
Oh, dude, do not get
Hmm. We gonna not hang out here, maybe? Doesn't look very safe. Somebody's up here, too. I have good vision there. I should just hang out here for a second. I guess unless Ash is here. I can kill her, though. This is a perfect person to dive. She's hanging out right there. Let me just kill her. Or not. Did she flash?
Shut down.
Yeah. And Pantheon was there. That was just probably not that good. So Pantheon's hanging out with Ash, so if you dive, you're gonna die. But she also doesn't have flash. Don't know if I'm supposed to go in here. It seems like we're not really gonna win any of this.
Legendary. Your turret has been destroyed.
This is Ash. Where's Pantheon? I'm gonna kill Ash. Maybe. Probably not. I could kill the frog. Organa. Ash by herself? Pantheon? Pantheon's not with her, is he? I don't see him anywhere on the map. Diana. What? No, there's a massive trap. Yeah, good one.
Except
Gen Z is the softest generation of all time type shit. Free? Now they're gonna take Baron and this shit. We should go for... Are they gonna fight for Dragon instead of Baron? Well, shit. Let me get a fucking Baconator type shit. Taking that, take it then. Maybe we should have fought Baron while they did that. I don't know why they didn't go for Baron. It seems like they would have gone for Baron and we could have fought for the Drake. That's funny. Now they're definitely going to take Baron. I don't know what else. We don't have anything else to do. We're just going to defend. Could maybe go try to... No, it's way too late. They were taking it the entire time, like the last minute. Maybe I should have walked up there and tried to yoink it or something. Contest it a little bit. Here's Ashe. Not by herself. She's never by herself. That'd be silly. I can't! Lamau. I'm gonna get my vape. While they flame me.
Enemy rampage. Your turret has been destroyed. An ally has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed. An enemy is unstoppable. A summoner has
Defeat. You know what? I think all of my teammates were terrific. They were just incredible. S on Pike. I had the worst. That's gold per minute. How come? Was it just CS? I was not like farming? Well, yeah, I did have pretty low CS. Of course, I would love to play this amazing video game once more. I am not going to get this achievement, period. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to win any ranked games. I'm not going to win a single one. That shit's fucking hilarious. Maybe Zed is too aggressive for me. I'm just gonna ban the last person I fought every game. So this time we're gonna ban Pantheon. Mid. Like, what about Lux is easier? Akali's still pretty aggressive. LeBlanc? She looks totally different. How many fucking characters did they change? Difficult. Sure, dude. No, not Talon. I'm talking about Lux. And it specifically tells you if a character is difficult. And these guys are difficult. Oh, whoa. I didn't know I had Lux skins. Cosmic Lux. Why does she have so fucking many? I don't like this one. It's too, overrated. That's cringe. Let's go with the old school, extremely classic. Oh wait, there's also a Cosmic one. I like that one. Where the fuck is it? Yeah, this is fine. We'll do this. Lux is easy. So I don't have to worry about, like, that much. I just have to, like, throw shit at the enemy and try to get CS. It's much more basic. And, like, I'm good with Zed mechanics, but I think it might just be a little easier if I don't have to rely on that. I'm like, that's a less of a mistake that I can make. And having more range is nice. You stay further away. That's the biggest issue with Zed, is not even necessarily his mechanics. It's just that I have to get really close to people and put myself in a lot of danger. And I did not like that last game, so we're gonna do this.
Others of the court have fallen to the Dark Star's corruption. I remain steadfast in my duty.
What are we doing this shit again? Is this the strategy every game? This is insane. I'm still mid?
Minions have spawned.
Bound by duty, sworn.
Minions have spawned. No Tom Kench. Are we really gonna take this? They're hiding around here. They would show up on the map. Here's one. Who are we fighting? We're getting this for him. I'm gonna lose mid lane at the beginning here. Okay. Where's Malzahar?
Nothingness still gnaws at the corners of my dreams.
Okay, he's there. Cool. Well, shit. Now he's just gonna die in a tower. Okay. No, attack the minion. This guy's really good at pushing the lane. Was this a shield? What's going on in the other lanes? Who died? Who's the funny guy? Which one? Who died? Top? He died to Yone? Oh. Try and get one of these. Shield, 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 shield! I have a shield, no! Oh, that's nice. Do a little trolling. Well, I need to get this big guy. Yeah. Do some damage. Fucking hate farming. Gotta be careful about him pushing my wave because they're dying under tower. This one. This one.
None may destroy oblivion, only resist its endless call.
Damn. Don't miss CS. Dragon? Where's the enemy jungler? Where are the enemies? Try and pull it out. Try and pull it out. Okay. We got it. We're good here. I am. Rebel that shit. Yeah. So he's gonna be tougher than me, but I'm hopefully gonna have a little bit of extra gold. Oh yeah, he's using TP. For mid lane.
Enemy double kill.
How big is my ult? Not big enough. Oh, hello. Oh, you just got fucked. Okay. gonna try to hit more roots. Get him in a good spot where I can do some damage. Except he has this barrier, so we have to take the barrier down and then hit him with roots. Oh, it did hit him. Cool. Let me try and get some of that. Hit him with a root. Nice. Good shit. You took the kill and you're gonna take my CS. Do it. Does he want void grubs? Or should I just attack my tower? Shit, I don't know. Malzahar does not have TP. He used that shit.
You dare defy the cosmos.
What? Okay. I'm gonna switch lanes. He's just gonna get free void grubs. Where's the enemy? Jungler's bot. Yeah, he's gonna get his void grubs. That's pretty good, I think. Nice.
I reject the inevitability of entropy.
Oh, okay. They switched, right? Malzahar's top. Oh, I hate this. Alright, just get one of them, maybe. Okay.
Celestial burst. Lightning
Huh! Got him. Who's missing? Malzahar. He's gonna be here. Yep. Oh, and Silas. Dipshit! Ah! That was awesome. Holy fuck, dude. He uses flash. I knew I couldn't throw it at him because he was gonna dodge it or some shit. So I just baited him. That's so cool. Fuck, I'm gonna die. Use my last shield. You have no mana. One more. Recall, recall. No, no, no. Oh shit. Where's Malzahar? He was down here, right? This is a control ward. The universe is singing to me. Oh shit, let me just pop out of here real quick. Oh shit, let me just die. Oh shit, let me just die real quick. Let me just take that. Going up here. am I doing?
Vastness of space leaves much room for reflection.
Yeah, okay, good. What's down here? Nice. Oh, run! I'm so dead! Is it free? Yes. That was so good. I'm scared now. I gotta get the hell out. Come on, dude.
Celestial burst. Beautiful creation.
I just burn all my mana.
Bending space-time to my will.
100 gold.
The sublime beauty of creation. The awe-inspiring
What if I just ult?
new stars. This is why I must prevail.
Upgrade boots to tier 3? How do you do that? Oh. Take down champions, towers, plates.
Silence and expanse. By the wings of dawn.
We don't have any vision. You have no mana.
Creation stands against
Right here. I have another ward as well.
Small-minded mortals cannot comprehend our
How did I do that? Bro, fuck all of these fucking things. Oh, hi. Cool. Lux is so fucking easy.
Ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Space shimmers in its infinity. Destruction erupts.
Oh, is that a TP? That's weird.
The court still stands. That is all.
Is he gonna come mid with it or top? He's gonna help top.
Soundless space
An
envelops.
ally has been slain.
Sorry, but I'm getting some mid stuff. He used flash.
An ally has been slain.
Now he's gonna come back down here, isn't he?
None may destroy oblivion. Only resist its endless call.
Well, shit. Let me get a fucking
Your turret has been destroyed.
baconator.
Your turret has been destroyed. Enemy killing spree.
Good one.
Breathe life into the cosmos.
What? I want the ward! Shithead. up here. Check this out. I bet I can stun him. Hold up. He doesn't even expect it. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, I got destroyed. That sucks. I had quite the force on that. Nope.
An enemy has been slain.
Oh no, no! Oh my god. What is this fucking thing? He's going halfway across the map with that shit.
Enemy triple kill.
Whatever. No. No, no, no. I right-clicked something and I bought some shit.
Enemy killing spree.
Reignite.
Okay.
Stand stalwart by creation.
Lucian. Or not.
Your turret has been destroyed.
One wants help up there. I'll go help, I guess.
Celestial burst.
Are they backing off?
The cosmos spins with death.
What the fuck are we doing here, dude? So fucking stupid. Cool.
Each new star ignited helps find the shadows within.
Shut down.
I reject the inevitability of entropy.
Yeah, I knew that shit was there! Yeah, of course they're gonna put a ward here. This is the best place in the world to put a ward. And of course they're both gonna fucking be here because they're going down there, I'm coming here. I hate this game.
An ally has been slain.
Oh shit, he's going hard.
Destroyed a turret.
It's cool. I hate this game. Stop being stupid. Do not make risks. No risks is allowed in this game.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
You die when you take a risk. What are they on your thing? There's probably at least two here, right? Let's see if I can get some shields. That's just one. There's Malzahar. There's probably more here too. Oh, he's right here. god, leave me the fuck alone.
Never go away. Primordial detonation. Creation.
He's by himself, right? I'm gonna take Drake. I don't know if that's a good idea. They're all gonna be here to fight it. Okay. Fuck. We can take Drake though. We've killed a good amount of them here. Yeah. Yep. That's good. And then I want to take mid tower as well. That's what I'm gonna do. Just come in to me, Yone.
Primordial detonation. The universe has suffered enough darkness.
I'm just gonna die though. Fuck. Yeah. Just run forever. It's a weak tower. You can just set up like a little push. It should go right into it, right? So look, here's what we have to do. And if people leave it alone, okay, Yone's not going to, so. I would really like to even out this mid tower, and it's not gonna fucking happen at all. Okay, he's alive.
Space shimmers in its infinity.
There's somewhere here that covers...
Unstoppable.
Shit, I don't know. They'll push into that, right? Oh, come on, dude. Oh no. Man, fuck this fucking game. So stupid. Need vision. Holy yikes type shit. No, buy the item. Buy the item. Buy the item. Yep. We're gonna take the dragon. That's right. Silas is there. Let me just throw this at this minion wave. It's absolutely what we're fighting for here. Here. There's 2. 3. Wow. He's getting aggressive. Cool. Oh, that tower's so low. I want to get it right now. I'm gonna get it right now. I'm gonna get it right now. I have to. Let's get it. Fuck you, it doesn't matter. They're gonna attack the tower once. You punk. Give me that.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
It's gone! Oh my god. Nice. One more? Oh, he's really trying to get him. Don't get him to me! Don't give him to me! I don't want that fucking thing. I don't want that fucking thing. Just kill him. Bro, just kill him. Okay. Oh, whatever, give me some. What are we trying to do? Take Baron now? Okay. Go straight for it. They're definitely gonna try to steal that shit though. Trying to fight it right away. They're pushing top. Who's here? I'm not helping you, sorry dude. Cool. Oh shit. Oh, they have vision here.
I reject the inevitability of
Wow. I just got carried. Actually, you know what? It's because I played Lux. And she's actually easy. Crazy. What are silver shields? Wow, I got one win. That only happens when either everyone on your team is doing amazing or everyone on your team is doing bad. And most of the time, everyone on your team is doing bad. Like 75% of the time. Like 99% of the time. I don't know if I want to play any more of this game. Did I play 2? Let me see progress. Isn't there some progress somewhere? Dude, why can't you just fucking show this shit? Like, I don't know what I'm looking at. What is the P? Is that mean in progress? Bronze 3? If I'm in progress, how much more progress do I have to make? Bruh. This is literally a ranked tab, and it's not helping me at all. Oh, 2 out of 5 placements. So you only have to do 5 placements. That's better than 10. What is this for? Flex? Do solo. This is the same 2 out of 5 placements. Oh, everybody's... Wow! I'm a cut above the rest. Unless, if maybe 3 is higher. I think it is. I'm not sure. Who are these guys? Are these any of my friends? None of these are my friends. Ugh. This is the battle pass. Okay, we're done with that. Let's work on a different game. You cannot buy a hightail on Steam, right? No. Should I just add my shit onto here? I could add Minecraft onto here. That's what I want to play. Kind of. Kind of. I want to do something different in Minecraft. Make something big and cool. My village is pissing me off. I feel like it's just doesn't feel good. But I don't know how to change it to make it feel better. Linus Tech Tips, make your GPU faster for $7 real.
Get 4 iPhone 17s on us and 4
iPhone?
for just $25 a line.
I don't want an iPhone.
Whether you want to use AI upscaling or not, many modern games basically force you. That is, if you want to turn up all the details and still get playable frame rates. But I don't want to shell out for a new graphics card.
What is wrong? What is wrong with his... He's wearing like an Invisalign or something.
To unlock a feature that I never really wanted in the first place. There's got to be a way
Dude, no way. He has like something in his mouth.
to squeeze.
He has something in his mouth! And I can tell. I still have to get used to Linus tech tips. Yeah. Linus hitting puberty and getting braces. God, they grow up so fast. This is what all the comments are saying. Okay, we have to bear with this for the whole fucking video. Alright, it's fine.
Squeeze more out of the GPU I already have. And there it is.
Dude, I can't. That's hilarious.
It's one of the best kept open secrets to get more performance for your dollar and costs just $6.99 or $400.
Is he gonna talk about this?
Extra nice. It's made by one developer, and the best part is it works on pretty much any graphics card, new or old, in every game.
Sorry to
Meet
goof on him.
Lossless Scaling, an app that
He
can
did! Thank God. Thank God.
And the best part is it works on pretty much any graphics card, new or old, in every game. Meet Lossless Scaling. An app that can both
shut up.
your games from lower
It's not funny.
resolutions
It's not
and
that funny.
even use frame generation to multiply your FPS by as much as you want, albeit with mixed results once you get past a certain point. And that's not all. Man, I need to see this for myself. On these systems, powered by today's sponsor,
War Thunder. If you're into vehicle combat games, War Thunder is super comprehensive, easy to get into, and available on PC, consoles, and mobile devices.
War Thunder.
Play for free using the link in the description.
I'm not playing War
Be
Thunder.
experiencing Doom the Dark Ages on a 4070 Ti at 4K high without any form of scaling or frame generation. This is really a great example of a modern
I
game
actually
that
don't know what this video is about. I wasn't listening to anything except for his fucked up, whatever.
really doesn't run perfect if you're not using any kind of cheat.
Can we take a moment and think about what to do in this world? This is fucking awful. What is wrong with this? Let's just see real quick. It's not awful, it's just like, it doesn't feel good. I want some real farms. I hate farming this shit myself. You know what I like is... Ooh, you know what? I like these automatic farms. How do I... Because look. I put a water bucket here, and it just, like, disintegrates all of these, and they fall over here. So we need to put hoppers in all of these little places and just collect all that shit. And then the only work I have to do is grabbing... Or, I mean, replanting the things, and then I could just grab all of the crops. And I need to make, like, 100 of these. And I need to... It's because I think the issue is I feel like there's a lot of stuff here, but then when I go to, like, I guess I have a lot of iron, I have that crazy iron farm, but I feel like I should be able to have whatever I want. I need to have a bunch of diamond armor, and I need to have, like, fancy, you know, a billion emeralds, and I should be able to buy fucking fancy building blocks from my stonemasons and shit. Dude, why don't you sleep here? Yeah, like, these guys have cool shit, and, I mean, I can buy stuff from them, but I want some more of those big, good big farms. Lots of potato farms. And I just need a bunch of hoppers. I'll work on some of that.
Why don't we cheat? Control-Alt-S will toggle lossless scaling, which we've configured with 2x frame gen, which is a lot smoother. But, like any frame generation technology, I'm still feeling 40 FPS worth of input latency. With that said, I was expecting the image quality of those interpolated frames to be worse.
Oh, it's really not bad.
It's really not bad.
I think if I didn't know FrameGen was on, I would have a hard time immediately recognizing that it was.
Which is both a good thing and a bad one.
Yes. Okay, now you've tried the 2-time multiplier. Do you want to go higher?
I do want to go higher.
This is your first look at this interface, too.
Super straightforward.
So clean.
Multiplier. Oh, God. Okay.
Just try 3 to start.
Okay. It's definitely smoother. But
So what? They paid $7 for, I'm assuming, I don't really know what's going on. They paid $7 for a device that does frame generation and they get extra free shit or something. I'm so sorry. I was laughing at his voice for so long.
whether you want to use AI upscaling or not, many modern games basically force you. That is, if you want to turn up all the details and still get playable frame rates. But I don't want to shell out for a new graphics card just to unlock a feature that I never really wanted in the first place. There's got to be a way to squeeze more out of the GPU I already have. And there is. It's one of the best kept open secrets to get more performance for your dollar and costs just $6.99, nice, or 420 cents on sale.
Nice.
Extra nice. It's made by one developer, and the best part is it works on pretty much any graphics card, new or
It's a
old,
software?
in every game. Meet Lossless Scaling, an app that can both upscale your
It is
games
a
to lower
software.
resolutions and even use frame generation to multiply your FPS by as much as you want, albeit with mixed results once you get past a certain point. And that's not all. Man, I need to see this for myself. On these systems, powered by today's sponsor,
War Thunder. If you're into vehicle combat games, War
pages on a 4070 Ti at 4K.
So it's just a software. You buy a software and it does frame generation for you. That's good to know.
High without any form
Luckily for me, I have DLSS, so it doesn't matter. But I was worried because I have this AMD graphics card that I might fix, and I know they have their own frame generation, so it's probably not a big deal. But I was worried if I switched graphics cards and I didn't have DLSS, how would I use the frame generation? Because in some games that are harder to run, it is really helpful to like dynamic resolution. It downscales it so that you can have a consistent frame rate or whatever. It is really nice, but yeah, cool.
scaling or frame generation. This is really a great example of a modern game that really doesn't run perfect if you're not using any kind of cheat. So why don't we cheat? Control-Alt-S.
Also,
lossless scaling, which
I like having the video playing. It's like some extra thing going on while I'm playing my stupid game, but the picture-in-picture is lagging really bad for some reason, and I would like to apologize to any and all viewers for that, because I hate it. I hate it!
we've configured with 2x
I hate
frame
looking
gen,
at it.
which is a lot smoother.
Whatever.
But like any frame generation technology, I'm still feeling 40 FPS worth of input latency. With that said, I was expecting the image quality of those interpolated frames to be worse.
Oh, it's really not bad.
It's really not bad.
I think if I didn't know FrameGen was on, I would have a hard time immediately recognizing that it was.
Which is both a good thing and a bad one.
Yes. Okay, now you've tried the 2-time multiplier. Do you want to go higher?
I do want to go higher.
This is your first look at this interface, too.
Super straightforward.
So clean.
Multiplier. Oh, God. Okay.
Just try 3 to start.
Okay. It's definitely smoother, but now I'm really getting that uncanny. It almost feels like motion smoothing on my TV. You know, like it's not right.
Yeah. But I mean, when you look back over at this native 4K, which experience do you think you would rather have?
I'm looking for motion anomalies, and they're there, but they're not bad.
Well, I had reason to believe that this would be substantially worse frame gen than the stuff that NVIDIA and AMD has, but it's pretty darn good.
But can I multiply it even more?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to 5x.
Woo! That's more than NVIDIA can do.
So I have about 45 FPS native. Oh, wow. Oh, that's interesting. It's not even pretending that I'm able to do much more than about, oh no, that is about 5x right now.
It's just your base frame rate drops so much because so much computation is happening on your graphics card.
Right. So there's a reason that NVIDIA capped out their solution at 4x. It's just so costly on the compute side that you're not getting enough base FPS to even get a net benefit from it. Interesting.
Yeah, the higher your multiplier goes, the more I think native is the better choice.
Yeah, this is not only not a better experience than what I was trying before, but this is not a good experience. What we want to explore next is fixed versus adaptive frame gen. So fixed is just the multiplier like NVIDIA has, but adaptive will add in between frames to hit a set frame rate, sort of like a computational variable refresh rate, to oversimplify it a lot. So instead of having my multiplier, I'm going to go adaptive, and I'm going to say, I want a game at, I think 120 is asking a lot at these settings, but maybe I want a game at about 85 FPS. I think that's a really nice sweet spot. It's much, much better feeling than 60, but not so intense as like 120 or more. My base frame rate really is still a little bit too low. Like 40 feels input laggy. I would probably want to turn this game down a little bit, but in terms of the smoothness, it looks pretty darn good.
Well, I'm not playing, so I can't ascertain the input latency, but in terms of visuals, that looks high refresh rate. It looks great.
It looks really good.
You can do 120 though.
I wouldn't. It feels too uncanny. Like the disconnect between how the latency feels and how the smoothness looks is just too great.
There's actually one more slider we can mess around with to change the performance. So why don't you switch to lossless scale and I'll show you. This is the flow scale. Basically, it's the size of the images that are going into lossless scaling. So it takes the full screen and then it lowers the resolution to process that, the lower your flow scale is. And so right now, the sweet spot's between 50 and 60%, which is where we are. But you could theoretically get a better image out of the higher flow scale because there's more information for it to process and more performance at the low end because those images are being shrunk and processed faster.
Interesting. So let's try 40.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know how much I like the... This is AI upscaling, right? Do GPUs use AI to upscale and generate images? That's what this is, isn't it? That's what DLSS is. It feels so stupid. I don't know why it bothers me. I have to think about it more, but it just like, it bothers me that AI is actually any good at anything. I don't want to believe it. I don't know why it bothers me so much, though. I guess it is what it is. It just feels stupid. That's the dumbest reason in the world. I don't know.
So turning it down is supposed to give me like maybe less computational overhead?
A little bit. It seems like you're like a few frames higher, but then you might notice more anomalies in your generation.
What a great utility. Can you imagine a world where like GPU vendors just built stuff like this that's completely platform agnostic and just no nonsense, here's the sliders, here's what everything does. There's no obfuscating what the actual performance is. Like their FPS counter tells me how many real frames I have and then how many of them are generated.
So good.
Like just don't market to me, just tell me what it is.
So good.
Obviously there are limitations and we're seeing them, but overall, if I didn't see how well this worked with my own eyes, I wouldn't believe that this could be made by just one person. How? Okay, well, like many programs that benefit from open source projects, it's not actually one person, but one of the most impressive pieces, lossless scaling frame gen, is. So we reached out to the creator of lossless scaling, who goes by the pseudonym THS, to explain how it works.
Lossless scaling frame generation is a computational neural network developed from scratch. It takes only the final frame as input, and specifically in the LSFG3 version, is capable of generating any number of intermediate frames for arbitrary timestamps. This enables both adaptive and any multiplier fixed modes. Compared to DLSS or FSR, which receive extensive information from the game engine, LSFG operates with significantly less input data. While this limits its potential output quality,
yeah, about that. Lacking motion vectors to help process the image and not being able to differentiate HUD elements from game objects means that visual anomalies can be pretty distracting in some situations.
But It also gives LSFG a major advantage in terms of a wide range of use cases. To ensure broad compatibility across GPUs, the trained model was manually ported to DirectX 11 compute shaders. LS captures via game frames and processes them via LSFG shaders, functioning effectively as a DirectX 11 application that generates and displays frames at the appropriate times based on the selected mode.
That is probably the coolest part. There is no requirement for specialized AI hardware, and DX11 GPUs have been mainstreamed for well over a decade now. So, yeah, the image quality can only go so far, but just about anyone can take advantage of it. There are some other caveats. A big one is that you're going to want to keep your GPU usage to around 85% to avoid spikes that really hurt lossless scaling's quality, which, wait, 85%? I bought the whole GPU. I want to use the whole GPU. Well, don't worry. THS thought of that. Another super cool thing about lossless scaling is that it can be run on a secondary GPU or even your integrated graphics, which reduces the load on your primary gaming card and frees up a little bit of extra performance. Now, our results with an iGPU were pretty underwhelming, but the idea of an upscaling coprocessor is one that really intrigues me. A lot of people have old GPUs kicking around, and hey, maybe this $7 piece of software can give it a fresh raison d'etre. Let's give it a shot. Now let's get this started. There are a couple things that we changed from the B-roll though. I actually ended up using the slot that was right next to my primary card because it runs at 8x rather than 4x, and the data rate to our secondary GPU actually does matter.
I have so much lava.
The other thing that we need to do is we have to unplug from our primary GPU and actually run our display off of the secondary GPU. So this one drives the display, but this one is providing the main gaming grunt. It's just routed through the secondary card.
What does this do? The Velcro?
Oh, the Velcro is to push these cards apart a little bit so this one doesn't overheat. LTTstore.com. Now we just need to configure lossless scaling. So we'll change our preferred GPU to RTX 2060. That's our preferred GPU for scaling to use. Then we're going to go into our graphics settings in Windows, and we're going to change our default high-performance GPU to our faster one that we don't actually have our display plugged into. So for us, that's a 4070 Ti. You may also find that you need to add an exception for the specific game, but not always. Let's lose the adaptive scaling for now then, and let's go back to trying like a 3x multiplier.
I feel like
Am I getting better performance than before? I feel like
think you are. It's as bad, if not worse, than it was before.
Okay. And this sucks.
This is really bad. Almost at 30 FPS.
Yeah, which is not high enough for a good gaming experience. You know what though? The 2060 is probably not powerful enough to do 4K frame gen. So you are at the mercy somewhat of the performance of that secondary card. It can't just be like any ancient card if you're hoping to run at the highest resolution and detail settings. Do we have like a 3060?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
That's my card.
I feel good. It's gonna work good this time.
Oh, it's gonna be so good this time.
If we'd done like 2x frame gen, or if we were running at a lower resolution with that 2060, probably would have been fine. But we want 4K gaming.
At least for now.
4K. Well, yeah. Here we go, here we go. So my native performance is exactly what I'd expect. Control-Alt-S, and woo! Woo! And my native performance stays exactly the same, and I get frame gen. This is the best experience I've had with it so far. Okay, this is pretty good. Doesn't do anything about the latency, but wow. What a cool idea.
You want to see how high the number can go?
I mean, sure. Yeah, I guess with the dedicated card, we could multiply higher.
Or will we? Because of the base resolution.
Should I go to 5 this time?
Yeah!
Okay, I'm going to 5. I'm going to 5, boys. Dude! Look how smooth that is.
That's crazy smooth. It looks high refresh rate.
Bro.
It is.
Okay, it does
but
look good.
It looks
Dude!
When my fucking video's not lagging.
I am getting a 5x frame gen multiplier.
Wow.
It still feels, in terms of input lag, like 40 FPS, but...
Artifacting is not immediately perceptible either.
I mean, this is a pretty, like, you know, early 2000s brown filter over everything game.
You lost your scaling.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
What just happened? Oh my God, I think I lost the scaling. Oh, no, wait, no, it's back.
200 frames.
Let's go! Now, It's worth noting that the resolution that I perceive in motion is not as good as when I'm holding still. And that's a significant drawback of these kinds of scaling technologies, is that if they don't know which direction an object is going because they don't have motion vector data from the game engine, you're going to lose some of the clarity when you are in motion. I wouldn't use this for a competitive game by any stretch of the imagination.
Look at your HUD. Look at that crosshair. Sometimes when you move really fast.
Whoa! Whoa! You know what's funny is when I was playing, I didn't even notice it though.
But it's, whoa! As soon as you're looking for it, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
We are doing 5x frame gen though.
And that's another thing that is a disadvantage when you don't have any kind of input from the game. Like, hey, maybe don't alter these HUD elements.
It's something he could add in too. In Reshade, you can separate HUD elements manually. And so I could see on a game per game basis allowing people to have the HUD be processed separately from the rest of the scaling. Maybe.
Maybe. It'd be pretty tough because then you're losing some of the advantages of this software, is that it just kind of works on everything.
100%.
And then you're building profiles again. And then you're basically just doing what AMD and NVIDIA are doing.
Fair enough.
Overall, I don't think there's a question that I would rather play with this on.
Maybe turn off the 5x so it doesn't look as stupid.
Yeah, here, let's go
back to 2.
let's go to a more reasonable scaling multiplier. Maybe 2.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't think there's much of a question. I would. Oh.
Now you're seeing the thing. It's like it's.
Yeah.
It wasn't as bad before.
I think it's even worse. That's interesting. Okay, look, let me try yours again. Oh. Okay. No, it's fine. It's fine. It doesn't matter. It's just like I was questioning whether I would turn this on, and I'm like, oh, maybe. Neither of these are what I would configure because I would want a higher base frame rate regardless, even if it means turning down some details. But there's no question that the software is pretty impressive. And we haven't even touched on the actual scaling that it was originally named for. THS said that the reason they originally made lossless scaling was that they bought a 4K monitor for coding and their computer couldn't handle it for gaming. Now, obviously, you can just run your monitor at a non-native resolution, but at the time, graphics drivers could only do nasty hobbits' soft bilinear scaling. Yuck. So, THS developed the first version to make sharp, sexy integer scaling a breeze, and then just kept adding features until we got the flexible array of options that we're left with today. It's even great for non-gaming applications. Do you love anime? Well, you can boost the sharpness with Anime 4K.
No anime allowed.
THS included XBR scaling to make pixel art games really look their best. And if you want to scale your demanding 3D games, well, hey, you can try AMD's Fidelity FX Super Resolution, FSR, or NVIDIA image scaling, even in games that don't support them. That versatility and the convenient package it's wrapped in is genuinely fantastic. Let's try using FSR. Let's start with Doom the Dark Ages, which actually does support FSR. So David is going to turn it on in-game, and then I am going to turn it on using lossless scaling. I'm also going to disable my secondary GPU because that's not really apples to apples otherwise. So I guess I want the optimized version, a non-original optimized version of AMD FSR, which is better suited for less powerful.
Our GPUs are also powerful.
Yeah, let's leave that off. Sharpness, let's leave that in the middle.
Sure.
To do that, I need to set my game to borderless windowed, and then I'm going to set my resolution to whatever I would want my input resolution to be for my scaling technology. So let's go with 1080p. I want to really play at a high frame rate. No. Now we go into lossless scaling, and we set our type to FSR. We're just going to leave it on auto, I guess. Right? Will that do a 2x factor?
Well, it's going to bring it to whatever your monitor's resolution is.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. Oh, yeah, right. I'm definitely scaling because I was running at that lower resolution before, and if it's not on, it's running like this. And if it's on, it's running like that. That's a lot of tearing.
We are running into some VSync issues. I've noticed there's limitations based on the monitor's refresh rate when you're using lossless scaling. And because we're going to a capture that is limited to 60, we are going to be kind of locked around 60, even if you turn VSync off and everything.
Let's lose the capture then, and we'll just use the over-the-shoulder. Wait, how are you at 93 FPS?
FSR's on.
Oh, that's right, I forgot. Okay, so now we're pixel peeping a little bit. Why don't we just play for a little bit first?
Sure.
Hey, I'm getting more FPS than you.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that my settings are correct. FSR performance would be 1080p.
Ooh, now I'm not feeling the latency, boys.
Well, those are real frames. They're just lower resolution.
You know what, man? They look pretty okay to me.
Yeah, I can't immediately tell the difference in sharpness between ours. Oh, I'm up at 100 now. Performance is quite similar. And mine was easier to set up than yours was.
That's fair.
We got a little finicky problems.
It's definitely not as sharp. Like, I'm looking at these chains that there's baddies kind of hanging down from or whatever, like...
The same with mine. The native FSR is not perfect.
Now, is this supposed to be as good as proper integrated FSR?
I don't think so, because I think the integrated FSR gets access to a little more information than just the output frame.
It really doesn't look that different to me, though.
I mean, can you do me a favor and go find that chain again, and then just like do the same back and forth? Because I got crazy ghosting on mine.
Whoa, buddy! Mine's not doing it.
Huh. I would have assumed that the one built into Doom would be better, but I don't know if that's necessarily true.
Another big one is distant foliage. So let's just find a tree or something to look at. Here we go, on these against these mountains. They're like these birds and stuff behind you.
Behind?
Up there, yeah. I am not perceiving a major difference here.
No.
Oh, you know what? Nah, this tree is better on yours.
Yeah, you're right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's going to be a bit of a mixed bag. But
This tree is better.
I have all other kinds of different options. Which one do you want?
LS1.
LS1, let's do it.
That's the scaling that they built.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as good as
Yeah. Well,
fucking
let's look at the chain.
nerds.
Yeah, the tree's not as good, I can tell you that much for sure. Hey, my chain's still better than your chain, though. Got him.
This is so crazy.
I mean, that's the thing with all of these technologies, is they do tend to be a bit of a mixed bag, and you're going to have to play around and find out what works best for you. And again, what's cool about lossless scaling is that I don't even need the game to support it at all. So why don't we fire up a game that doesn't support lossless scaling, like Halo Infinite?
No.
What? Why?
Because
why do you guys never let me play Halo Infinite on set anymore?
well, first off, you play too long. Secondly, because of the way Halo Infinite does its resolution, we can't change it to a smaller size to scale up. So it won't work with lossless scaling in that way.
Yay! Halo Infinite! And I'm getting more FPS, boys! Not by that much.
Oh.
As for image quality, let's have a look here. Hey, meet me at the bazaar.
The bazaar.
The bazaar?
Stop it! I'm doing a video. Leave me alone.
You shouldn't put so many bots in the game then.
I don't think you get the option to change much.
Okay, let's see. I mean, yeah, I'm upscaling from 1440, but like, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
The text is a little fuzzy. Like, that's noticeable to me, but like, I have to go looking for it.
Yeah.
Not bad. Of course, I'm not getting a huge performance benefit right now either. I'm getting about the same frame rate that you are. Wait, do I not have it on? I do have it on because I have my performance counter. Okay, I'm gonna turn on frame view as well, just for lulz.
Yeah.
My image quality looks darn near the same as yours, but my FPS is also darn near the same as yours, so.
Yeah, you're doing a little bit better than me. I'd be interested to try the adaptive frame rate. I think that's one of the cool use cases for it. If you have an old esports monitor that doesn't support variable refresh rate, you can kind of just force it computationally and hit a consistent frame rate, even if some of those frames are generated.
Okay, let's turn on frame gen and have a look at how things go. Okay, so I love that the first thing I think when I see LSFG is let's go. Okay, I'm gonna try 2x multiplier to start. With the higher input frame rate, dude, obviously it doesn't feel quite right.
It looks really smooth.
I can force it to artifact. Like, look at this crane in the back.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I can make it kind of do weird stuff, but it's not the sort of thing that I would notice if I was just playing the game.
No.
Okay, hold on. Let me try yours for a sec.
Yeah.
Dude, I would play on that one for sure. No question, actually. Like, I thought I was going to be like, yes, the pros and cons, you see, they kind of somewhat outweigh or they don't outweigh. Like,
and it's surprising. This is kind of like an esports situation, and I thought this would be a totally something that is not in the wheelhouse of lossless scaling.
Okay, switch again. I want to confirm.
It just goes to show that frame generation is best in situations where you least need it. My base experience is pretty good. It's just a little boosted by that frame gen.
I gotta say, I like it, which you might see as a reversal from my previous position where generally I avoid upscaling or frame generation technologies whenever possible. But there's a big difference to me between what AMD and especially NVIDIA have been selling, which is fake frames for real dollars, and what THS is selling, which is a shot of adrenaline for your older card for the very reasonable price of $7. And I know that some folks are still going to be adamantly against using scaling technologies or frame generation technologies of any sort, but the controls in here are granular enough that I think even if all you want is an extra 5 or 10% headroom on an older card or to hit a target frame rate, you might appreciate having this tool in your toolkit and deciding for yourself if it's worth the compromises. I guarantee that you have $7 games in your Steam library right now that you've played less than you'll tinker around with this.
Take to the skies, strike from the sea, and dominate on land with War Thunder's thousands of vehicles, each modeled accurately.
War Thunder! I'm not playing War Thunder!
I can force it to artifact. Like, look at this crane in the back.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I can make it kind of do weird stuff, but it's not the sort of thing that I would notice if I was just playing the game.
No.
Okay, hold on. Let me try yours for a sec.
Yeah.
Dude, I would play on that one for sure. No question, actually. Like, I thought I was going to be like, yes, the pros and cons, you see, they kind of.
What did we do?
Outweigh or they don't real. I guarantee
they have multiple and play War Thunder first.
I don't know why it restarted like the last part of the video, but okay. I don't really know what I'm trying to do. Earlier I was mining all of these diorite things for some extra construction blocks, so I can maybe build some cool stuff, but I don't know. I like the underground shit as well, so I'm just mining. And I wanted to connect these two big caves. There was a lucky little path right here. Goes right up. But now I'm worried because... oh my god. Because the villagers could technically reach down here. Maybe not. No, I don't know. They could get down here, but I made this entire thing to blockade them from the lava, and they're able to just hop in now. But I think it'll be fine either way because I have this shit blocking it. It's just if there's like a little baby village or something, they'll crawl in the lava pit and die. That's fucked up. What the hell?
I have spoken with conservatives.
Oh my god, 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 oh my god. Adam Mockler on Jubilee, Destiny React. Some side monitor slop. Oh, and he's got that widescreen shit. What the fuck? Huh.
Number one, but number
Conservative,
two,
not Republican. They don't vote Republican.
But also, what about the
I'm
political
just gonna
story that
leave
really
this
goes
out.
with
changing the point.
No, no, no. And what was that in that group chat?
Oh,
Wait,
come
wait,
on,
can you tell me
fuck
what was
you.
about to one Jubilee episode? Young people, not only young Republicans, but young conservatives, sure. They are turning to fascism at a high rate. Do you condemn what was in that group chat?
What group chat? Oh, the
The political group chat. Yeah, yeah.
I would personally condemn what was said in that group chat.
And what was said in that group chat?
If
Wait,
it was-
wait, can you tell me what was said in that group chat?
Yeah, so they described black people
personally-
as watermelon people. They
why
said
did
they
he
love Hitler.
hedge
They
that
said
so
a lot
much?
of-
Wait, wait, what did they say about gas chambers?
They said if you don't vote for me, you're getting sent to the gas.
Okay, wait a minute. And these weren't just young Republicans. These were like 20, 30, 40-year-olds,
Okay, can I
correct?
respond?
No, no, these were 20, 30, 40-year-olds, and some of them were state senators. So younger people seem to be inclined towards fascism. You can respond now. Sorry.
Okay, younger people seem to be inclined toward fascism. Yes, and all these people don't like Donald Trump.
Those were young
Let
Republicans,
me
dude.
finish speaking, okay? Okay. So it was a reaction.
Got him.
All right, thank you.
Later. No response for you. Later, bitch. Later.
Ooh. Hi, nice to meet you.
Does it work?
I'm Sarah.
Hello?
So I'm a lot more concerned about the rise of violence.
Fuck, I don't care. I want to watch politics shit, but it's just too long, and I just leave it on like forever, and I'm not paying attention. I like these shorter videos. Let's look at some high tail thing.
My word, I am
Oh
officially
my
in
word.
hightail.
Oh my word. Holy moly, bruv. Why can't I see picture in picture? It's right here. Yeah.
some reason Hytale launched at 2 p.m. GMT instead of 3 p.m. GMT today, but we are in game and
we're going to play the video game
of Hytale today.
Just get to it. I'm gonna speed you up, you slow ass motherfucker. This guy's dragging the fuck out.
This is our first
get to it. I don't care. I don't care. Don't care.
I'm hoping that this is going to have a similar impact. I'm not comparing Hytale to Minecraft.
I don't care.
It's a very similar game in the block genre, and
bro, just skip to the end of the video.
I'm hoping that this is going to have it's good. We have my avatar, in which you can customize your avatar. Settings, because the music is crazy loud when you spawn in. Servers, obviously there are no servers at this moment in time. Minigames, of course, no minigames, but there is worlds. There's adventure, which is unavailable during early access, exploration, and creative mode. We're going to edit our avatar, and apparently there are a lot of options, but what I am going to do here is I am going to turn down the master volume just a little bit. Not
Hello?
Too much. Not too much, just a little bit, so you guys don't have it too loud. So we're going to edit my avatar now, and I don't want to spend too much time on it, but I do want to show you guys what's available. I can have this. Oh, is this like... Oh, this is my underwear. I mean, I kind of want to go for my haircut first. So I have black hair, kind of, in real life. I don't know what kind of hairstyle I want in-game, but there are many different hairstyles. I think this suits me, to be honest. I think this looks like kind of a me hairstyle, or this maybe. But it's a really square head. I don't know if I like just having a really square head. But I guess that is Hytale. I think we got to go for it, don't we? This is pretty much the hairstyle. There are so many, guys. Look. So many different options. There, I'm guessing that's a randomize. Oh, wait. Click to stop hair from being automatically matched. But yeah, many, many hairstyles. Eyebrows. We can have giant bushy eyebrows. I don't know really what I want to have. I guess I'm just going to go for the standard. I think the standard works fine for me. I've kind of got hazily brown eyes, so I'm gonna go for kind of like that, I think. As for my beard, I feel like we want to get it as close as possible. I mean, I've not really got any of these beards. It's more kind of, I mean, what do you guys think? This is when it's easier live streaming. Should we go for this, even though it's much longer than what I've got? This should do, isn't it? This should do. I'm happy with that. I'm happy.
Cool, you can make a character.
We can wear a hat, and you can choose a color of your hat. I think we're just, that looks cool.
Have a hat.
And then we got some gloves and simple. Would normally have some
decent
earrings.
customization, kind of cool.
Going for black. Should we go for that? What ears should we have? Should we have? There's a special Hytale undertone with our part. We don't want the standard one.
Clothes. Wow, they have all sorts of shit.
And I'm gonna call it survival, loaded survival, and we're gonna have PvP off. Full damage is gonna be on. Day and night cycle, we'll just keep the same. Partial drop works. I mean, drop all. I could, but I just want to keep it on what. I'm not gonna change any settings. I just want to go in what it is. Let's do this. Booting server. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wait, one thing I want to sort out first actually as well is can we sort out this full screen? I want to go into full screen. It looks a bit.
Alt enter F11. Do something.
I just was so taken away, but.
We're in a video game.
Right, let's just quickly try and sort this out before we do anything. Video full screen. Oh, there we go. Okay, sorry about that. That definitely didn't. Let's just make sure that that's definitely recording still. I'm sure it's recording still, but I'm just gonna double check. So I just had to change my keybinds a bit because I realized my recording button was
epic editing.
My recording button was taking away the HUD, and I've now changed it to the button 1. So inventory is tab. And this is us, 100 health, 110 stamina, 0 mana, 0 defense. We've got a campfire, a crude bedroll, a crude torch, a wooden chest, a workbench, builder's workbench, a crude sword. And then we have the map, which is huge.
Damn.
It's massive. Wow.
It's massive, bruv.
Pick up stone rubble. Can we break some things? It's very responsive. Very responsive. And do we how's breaking? Oh wow, so it takes quite a while to break dirt. That's very different. That's very different to Minecraft. Right. Interact. Whoa! My first Hytale experience.
Oh my god, dude, shut up. Just play the game.
It looks beautiful.
Wow.
Guys,
it's amazing.
I need to check do you know what we need to know? The controls. I need to see. Wait, so that's for creative mode. So slide and we can slide, roll, and crouch. Sprint is the same as Minecraft was. Hotbar slots, of course. Oh yeah, I need to be careful with my hotbar slot there. Pick a block, switch game mode is 1 is now. We're testing buttons, and look at this, we're carrying a block. We're carrying a block. You can hold down C or press V to get a different view. But I also found out you can throw things. You can throw rubble. We're currently getting fiber, plant fiber, and sticks outside this base. Now, I guess that's quite a good starter base, really, that we can pick up dandelions. And I guess what we're aiming to do, we've got berries here. Ooh, drifting plains. Now, my first literal impressions, honest impressions about this game so far is it's very reactive. It's very, very smooth. There is a little delay when you're hitting things like that, but not anything that would upset you. You've got stone rubble. We have our inventory here, which shows us we can now craft
inventory.
We needed any rubble, plant fiber, and sticks to craft our hatchet. Now, I feel like we want to go for a hatchet first. Oh, we can do both. So we now have a hatchet, and I mean, I'm playing this like how I used to play Minecraft in the past. Let's see how responsive this is.
Oh my god,
Okay,
it broke
I mean,
everything.
As for the visuals of cutting down wood, it would be quite nice if we could see that was a little bit more visible. If it makes sense when you're destroying something, it's visible, but a little bit kind of not at the same time. But we're getting lots of wood. I'm guessing this is for, not for dirt, for stone, I would guess. Inventory is different. I'm used to pressing I, but we kind of want to move this stuff out of our inventory. So we have sticks, we have birch logs, we can make ourselves a crude sword. Our first ever. That was very quick, by the way. So rubble we find on the floor, berries we might want. Here's our crude sword. We can block. There's a special attack, which I'm guessing readies up. Is this the rubble? Yes. And this will give us cobblestone, which is perfect, because we're going to need that when playing Hightail. And you find more rubble. I'm guessing that breaks quicker. You can actually just pick this one stone rubble off the floor. Wow. Is that our first? What is that? It's an owl? Very responsive, very quick and easy to move around the game, which is what I like. We've found our first cave as well. I'm not just saying this because this is the first time me playing Hightail. But this is super cool. And it's playing so well. And that is what I was hoping for the devs on launch, because I was hoping we were going to be able to get around quickly. So, one of the most important things, you can climb and bounce. Wow, this is great movement. This is oh, what's this? We've got a rat.
A rat!
And we've killed it, and we've got raw wild meat. So that was our first mob that we faced. The first rat. You will be remembered as the first mob I ever killed in this game. Marble cobble is very. I like the way you kind of glide up. You glide up. Look at this. This movement is sweet. Super, super sweet. There's a bat. Will the bat attack us? I don't know. It's not coming for us at the moment. So when we look on the map, you can see exactly where you're going. Obviously, early access. Creative tools is for creative mode, which is separately, but I will do that in a different video. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. For my first impressions of loading up this game, this is super cool. The map feels full.
Thank you for being honest.
Creatures. It feels friendly. Obviously, there's going to be different caves that we're going to explore. There's a railway system? And what is this? Is this some form of iron? Copper ore. So this is copper ore. I don't really know what copper ore does, but that is for the inventory to find out. So we can make a builder's workbench, a normal workbench. We've got torches and a campfire.
Copper ore.
So what we're going to do is we're going to craft a campfire, builder's workshop, a workbench, and a wooden chest. We're also going to get some torches in, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to build up. We're going to build up here, and it's not going to be our forever home, but we're just going to get some things placed down. So we can get some... Where's the meat? Oh, we've got an egg. So we picked up an egg. We've got tree sap. We have got the meat that we can we cook here, input, and then I'm guessing wood. Can we... Yes, there we go. Oh, it cooks really fast. So that's how the campfire works, and which means we've got food. We can now put down our workbench, which I think we'll just place like here for now. Open workbench, and we can craft a bow. Stick and plant fiber. And arrows, you just need rubble. So this is our first ever bow in the world of Hightail. Guys, I'm not trying to get too ahead of myself, right? But this is brilliant. This is, I'm playing this game, and when I play a new game, I think to myself, Dom, can you see yourself addicted to this and playing this in the long run? And yes. And this is how we build different, we place wood and we can create.
Bro, he played it for like 10 fucking minutes. Chill out.
Roofs, crude platform. So I think we should craft some crude platform and see how this works. So can we not? Oh right, okay. Oh wait. Oh, so this is like a platform that you can walk across. Wow. And what other items can we craft in here? So I want to get some rubble. So we've got crude daggers. We've got all different. We can get a crude hammer, crude hatchet, which we've already got. We can get iron pickaxes, colbert, and mithril. Wow. Armorer's workbench, furniture workbench, and a hay target we can use, and there's a training dummy and some spike traps. So I think we need to get some rubble, because what we want to test here is we want to test our archery skills. Now, we can get some rubble here. I'm gonna be, again, I was 100% honest beforehand when I tell you guys.
Please be 100% honest.
This is the smoothest I could have ever asked for on launch, generally. I don't know if they were just saying to us, oh, you know, we're not, it's early access and whatnot, to back themselves up. But I'm having no problem with this. No problem whatsoever. Can we just craft all? And now we have 20 arrows, which means you are missing the required... Oh, no, there we go. Oh, it has like a power? And can we pick the arrow back up? No. So I don't think you can pick... Oh, did that pick up? I wonder if that works. So let's try, which is a bit rude of us, but can we try... See, how far is the range on these things? Okay, fairly decent range. I mean, I'm probably not going to hit this. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I've got a long way to go, but... I mean, this game is beautiful. It's running smoothly. This is the first look at water and the water physics. Is that something that will attack us? Does that do less damage underwater? If we wanted to hunt fish, we got raw fish. And there's a... Definitely pick up rubbish and rubble. Turn on in your early steps of playing. And this looks like this is going to be our first... Oh, wait, is there a chest in here? And how do we crouch? Oh, it's the same. What is this? Can we break this? We did make torches.
Okay, this guy is... not that fun. Don't care. GTA 6 has the most advanced AI ever. I don't know if you'd actually be able to tell. I'm not gonna click that shit. How much RAM do you really need? 32 gigabytes is the only answer.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diane. Hi, I just received my new Discover card. It says cashback on every purchase. What's cashback?
Okay, I can't see because the picture-in-picture is fucked up for some reason. Right. Is this Christmas themed? I don't care. Whatever, just go.
I would like to formally, for those looking for...
Why did we skip to the last fucking part of the video?
Did you also know Gaben's yacht has a yacht inside the yacht? And it has a sub-basement garage for his submarine? True story. For those looking for a high-end custom gaming experience, look no further than Falcon Northwest. Falcon Northwest has been building PCs made for gamers for over 30 years with a focus on a true high-end gaming experience. Custom cases available only through Falcon Northwest feature state-of-the-art testing and design to ensure that every component is performing at their best through thermal imaging and rigorous lab testing designed and overseen by the Falcon Northwest founder himself. With a complete lineup of systems ranging from small to large, every Falcon Northwest system includes a I know this really seems like a hard flex, but honestly, it's what we've collected over the years, and we've sold quite a bit of it, but anyway, moving on. Today, we know how terrible the landscape is and the future outlook is regarding RAM and pricing. We've seen what the last 3 months has done in terms of price increase. But here's the thing. RAM has been cheap for a long time. And because of how cheap RAM has been, it has twisted our mindset of what we think we need when it comes to RAM. Because 64 gigs was so cheap for DDR5 for so long that people have just become accustomed to saying 64 gigs or bust, right? There's so many conversations that have taken place over the last couple of years even, as DDR5 has become was less expensive. That's the thing, when it's new, it's expensive, and then it matures, and then speeds go up, and then quantity goes up, and then price goes down. But for the longest time, because DDR5 was actually fairly cheap given its size and capacity and speeds, that anyone that would build a system, especially if they had anything like a 5090 or 4090 or anything there where they know people are spending good amounts of money on a single component, are going, why don't you have 64 gigs? You need 64 gigs to play games and to have a full-fledged system these days. 32 gigs is not enough, right? So that mentality has just completely jaded the reality of what you really need when it comes to your PC. So I recently did a video where I talked about building a DDR4 rig right now would be the best and most cost-effective way to enter the PC space currently. But obviously DDR4 capacities were on average half of that of DDR5. So for instance, DDR4 when it first launched, you could get 4 gig sticks, which were kind of rarish, but 8 gig sticks were like the norm. And most people would outfit 16 gigabytes of RAM in their gaming system. But remember, we're going back to like 2013, 2014 for that, right? We are 12 years beyond that now. So the games have it kind of increased on what some of their demands and such are. And when DDR5 launched and it was like 16 gigabyte modules were the norm, that's where people kind of got this mindset of, well, 32 gigs is the min because you're going to run 2 sticks. Even though DDR5, a single stick, is technically dual channel, the standard is you buy a kit, which usually comes with 2 sticks in it, and 16 gigs being the minimum per stick, 32 gigs became the new like minimum flare, if you will, for your system. Well, and then hardcore builders or diehard enthusiasts were like, no, I need 64 gigs, or maybe sometimes even running like 128 gigs by putting 4 sticks of 32 gigs in their system, right? But then we led into, obviously, memory controller instabilities and stuff where you start to realize, like, well, I've got huge capacity, but I can't even, it has to run at JEDEC standards because the system and the CPU IMC is just incapable of running that amount of RAM. Things have gotten better, though. It's a lot easier to run that today. But if you had 128 gigs of RAM in your system, it is a complete waste of money. I believe even today, running 64 gigabytes is complete overkill. In fact, I might recommend if you're running 4 sticks of anything right now, you might want to sell 2 of them because you're not going to lose anything, but you're going to gain something. And that what you're going to gain is some Benjamins. But I digress. This doesn't even include non-binary RAM. We're talking 24 gig sticks, 24 gigs leading to 48 gig kits, leading to 96 gig kits, which are completely non-standard when it comes to like the binary design of RAM. And not only that, 24 gig sticks of RAM, even before all of this craziness started, was a premium. It was twice as much money to buy 24 gig sticks of RAM than it was to buy 16. But you weren't getting twice the capacity. But what you were doing, though, believe it or not, and I wanted to do a video about this a long time ago. I didn't think it was all that relevant, but I guess it's kind of relevant today. You are putting actually more stress on your IMC by running non-binary RAM than you are running RAM that is binary with 8 gig, 16 gig, 32 gigs sticks in capacity. So you would actually have more often than not, although it's matured, not be able to run some of the XMP profiles or the Expo profiles because of the amount of stress it would actually put on the IMC. And there was actually a measurable heat increase too on that part of the I/O die for AMD and on Intel's IMC to be able to run that RAM. So I never did that deep dive video because that was when obviously 50 series launched and then trying to revamp so many SOPs around here. It's not one I got to, but it's one I want to get to because it's still going to be relevant. In fact, even if you shop for RAM today, you'll notice like a major price difference between like the same brand and the same like product. For instance, like this is the Trident. Oh gosh, we're going to have House of Cards falling down right here. Okay. Anyway, it doesn't matter if you're a Trident Z Neo, right? If you're having 32 gig kit versus a 48 gig kit, even if like the mega transfers and the timings are the same, you would notice a major price difference between the two. And that's because the manufacturing of non-binary RAM is also more expensive. So right off the bat, just ignore non-binary RAM. Like 24 gigs, sticks, don't even consider it, especially today, because there was already a price premium and it's even more premium moving forward. 32 gigs is all you need. And let's be honest, you don't even need 6,000 megatransfers RAM. It's a nice to have. If you're running a full like high-end custom gaming rig, you're running 80 series, 90 tier, 80 tier GPUs, or I would say 9070 XTs, but they're not as obviously as demanding on the CPU in terms of frame rate as like an 80 or 90 tier card would be from NVIDIA currently.
Okay, stop. I need to think for like 2 seconds. All of this shit is gonna go down, 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 down. It's going down, down, down. And how does it get into this chest? This is the crop chest. Everything's gonna be dumped into here. I think we just put hoppers right above it, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, will that work? No. We could just put hoppers like all in the front here. Actually, yeah, that would work, wouldn't it? Cause look, where the fuck are they? Oh my god. It'll work. It's fine.
You would be very hard pressed to notice a difference between 6,000 and even like 5,600 or even 5,200, depending on the title. Some titles do like more mega transfers, but that's usually because you're running high frame rates. I bring this up because I recently saw a post, and these are posts that just make me shake my head because it means I hate the term influencer, but as influencer, I'm not trying to influence you to buy stuff. I'm trying to influence your knowledge, if you will, on stuff. And I saw someone post a system like, hey, is this a good system for sale? It was like a pre-built, but it was running like 5,600 megatransfers RAM at like, I want to say it was like CL36 maybe, which obviously is not the fastest, but if you use the RAM calculator, you'll see that the difference in time in nanoseconds is not like super far apart from say 6,000 CL38, which is pretty common, 36 obviously, and then 32 and 28, which are ridiculously expensive these days. The comments, oh, I wouldn't even consider buying a system with RAM that slow. It's like, the level of just arrogance and the level of misinformation being thrown out at that concept of, well, 5,200 megatransfers RAM is so slow, I would never even consider it. We've tested extensively megatransfers versus timing versus the differences on like something like even a 5090 were in the like max 2% difference. Guess what that difference would be on a standard graphics card? Probably 0, to be honest. But it's because RAM has been so cheap for so long, and we've kind of gotten spoiled by that. Let me redact that a little bit. We're not spoiled by it, meaning you should be grateful that was ever the case, because this is what they cost now. It is overpriced today. We know it's overpriced today. It's just supply and demand, and it's more reasons for us to all hate AI. But we were spoiled by an industry that is now propping up an entire other industry, so it makes the value of these go up. It's artificial in more ways than one, obviously, but the value of what the RAM is today is just the price to value is completely skewed. It's not correct. But because of that, and because you could get 6,000 megatransfers RAM, 6,400 megatransfers RAM, and then like the crazy part is 7,000s and above, like into the 8,000s, is it was extremely expensive when it first came out, and even the price on that tanked for a long time. Let me give you an idea of like how crazy pricing has gotten right now. An SI we were talking with recently, and I won't name them, but I've been talking to a lot of the SIs to try and get some ideas of what is it like for them trying to buy in volume. I guess for a while there, DDR5, like a 6,000 CL32 16 gig stick of RAM was costing $10 wholesale. Today it's costing $180 wholesale. What is that, a 1,800% increase or something like that, if my math isn't stupid? That just goes to show how inexpensive it was to manufacture and what the markups really were like. So you can only imagine how much money they're making today at those current prices, because guess what? The cost to manufacture it hasn't changed. It's the same cost it always was, and if distributors could sell it at $10 a stick and make money, they're making a lot of money. Okay, it finally crashed. They're making a lot of money today.
What?
16 gig stick of RAM was costing $10 wholesale. Today it's costing $180 wholesale. What is that, a 1,800% increase or something like that, if my math isn't stupid? That just goes to show how inexpensive it was to manufacture and what the markups really were like. So you can only imagine how much money they're making today at those current prices, because guess what? The cost to manufacture it hasn't changed. It's the same cost it always was, and if distributors
I disagree with like a very small part of what he's saying, but
distributors could sell it at $10 a stick and make money, they're making a lot of money. Okay, it finally crashed. They're making a lot of money today.
So obviously, if the demand for RAM is extremely fucking high, you're gonna jack your prices up without you know, much thought. And they'll make money on that stuff, but to think that they can just pump out more and more and more RAM at the same price, when it has more demand than ever, is like that's not gonna happen. They would need to expand their manufacturing so that they could actually make more, and then at some point it might even happen now. I don't know how it works, but the resources that you need to manufacture the RAM in the first place could be depleted as well, and those could be expensive as well. So it's not just like it still is only costing them what, like $10 per stick, and they're just selling it for way fucking higher, and they're just making a ton of extra free fucking money. Like, something is gonna get depleted somewhere, or like even if they are doing that, they're gonna miss out on tons of sales because they can only manufacture so much RAM. They're gonna have to like build their manufacturing back up to like a way higher point if there's gonna be way more demand for it.
Oh, This is DDR5 overclocking memory, and this is not overclocking memory. You know, the non-overclocking is 5600.
Oh, I would never consider that.
You're so stupid. What kind of stupid buyer are you, Phil? You're so stupid. But when it comes about things to consider, I know Hardware Unboxed did an excellent video comparing a single stick versus dual stick versus capacities. And the same effort I'm making today to get you to understand that if you are in the market and you do have pockets to afford right now the crazy costs, don't overspend by going with like 64 gig sticks. These are all 32, right? 32, 32. Holy shit. I didn't realize what that was. Zoom in on that. I didn't know we had this. I'm definitely fucking retiring now. Anyway, we're on a tangent now. I mean, now people are gonna hate us even more. But yeah, so it's just because RAM was so cheap, you could buy a 64 gig set of RAM. And the thing was back then, and I say back then, as in like 3 months ago, 4 months ago, you could buy 64 gigs of like 6,000 dual stick, right? So two 32 gig sticks, and it would have cost you maybe 200 bucks, maybe, for the good stuff. Now you're paying that for DDR4. But anyway, also one other thing to consider. I have seen discussions of people saying, well, then just buy a single stick and then add more later. Here's the problem. It is very difficult to find single sticks of RAM. The reason for that is for them to run at their advertised speeds, there is like an ASIC matching that happens here. There is a pairing. So even though these are both right here, 5600, so even though both these sets right here are 5600 megatransfers, CL, what is the CL on this? It's probably not gonna be that impressive. Whatever, let's just say it's CL38, okay? Even though they're exact same SKU number, if you bought them independently, let's pretend these are one stick kits, which is not a kit anymore at that point, but let's just say it's one stick each, there's no guarantees they'll run together in the same system at those advertised speeds. The only partial guarantee that you get, because none of the speeds that are written on the box are ever guaranteed. There's too many other factors at play, specifically with the IMC and the quality of your CPU and the lottery there. They're only guaranteed with their matched set. So same thing if you took 2 sticks here and then 2 sticks here and put them together and tried to, double your capacity, you more than likely may not be able to run them at their advertised speed. Now things have gotten better as BIOSes have updated and the QVL lists have improved and the validation taking place between the motherboard manufacturers, the CPU manufacturers, and the RAM manufacturers all kind of coordinating their efforts to, come up with these IMC firmwares or whatever you want to call them to make the kits run have improved. There's no guarantees. So I would just be mindful of that if you are going to be running a single stick, that you can add another stick of it later, but there's no guarantees you'll get the advertised speed. But I would still rather have a system that's running JEDEC standard, a 5200, technically it's 4800 megatransfers, but most of them run 52 out of the box on the motherboards these days. I would still rather have that than nothing, right? Or that and have twice the capacity and twice the amount of bandwidth for the CPU and the system to have to the RAM than to not have 2 sticks of RAM. I'd rather go through that. Or if things finally normalize and things come back down to reality someday, then you go out and buy a kit of matched RAM and then you sell the single stick or hang on to it as a spare troubleshooting RAM, something like that. But I just wanted to bring this back to reality, that anyone out there today that is saying you need more than 32 gigabytes of system RAM for a gaming machine, doesn't matter if it's DDR4 or DDR5, to be honest, if you could easily get 16 gigabyte set of DDR5, which is actually kind of rare because like I said, 16 gigs per stick is kind of like the standard for DDR5. I do have 8 gigabyte sticks. I think they're right here actually. So I got 3 kits of 16 gigabytes of DDR5. Now there's no heat sinks or anything on these. This is when DDR5 first came out and Crucial was sending these out. In fact, I think these are JEDECs. Yeah, they're 4800 megahertz. But you know what? Do you know how many people right now are like, can I please buy this from you? Please, right? But because they understand that something is better than nothing. But no, ignore and write anyone off that would say 64 gigs is needed as just completely ignorant. They're just wrong. That's it. There's not even a discussion there. You are wrong. So please, for the love of God, if you come across someone that's trying to convince you and you're a new, because there are a lot of people trying to build a system for the first time today. If you come across someone telling you need more than 32 gigs or your system is slow or it's terrible or it's dumb or whatever, just ignore those people. They're ignorant. And to be honest, they're stupid. And if you're watching this video right now and you're one of those people that's ever said that,
now a local tax expert will do.
Very cool. That's what I have. I have 2 8 gigabyte sticks for 16 gigabytes of DDR5. Interesting. And it does limit me sometimes if I'm trying to stream and play a big game and do like anything else on Chrome, it'll like max out, which kind of sucks. But at least I have RAM. Holy shit. Oh my god, I just dumped water everywhere. Just this middle one? Put it right there. I hate having to grab water every 2 seconds. So this should work pretty well, I think. I'm hoping. I don't know how to make a farm any more automatic than this. I think there's some way that you can use villagers to like automatically farm shit for you, but I don't know how to do that shit. I have to sleep. Looks pretty good. We should be able to just dump water and it'll work. Yep. Do we have to dump a ton of water? I feel like we're gonna have to. Like this won't work. So this is gonna be finicky.
Your tax.
Morty, I am a pickle. Morty, I turned myself into a pickle. Morty, I turned myself into a pickle. Would you believe it? I actually turned myself into a pickle. Unbelievable. A pickle. Flip the pickle over, Morty. Morty, you must flip the pickle over. Morty. Morty, Morty.
Oh,
More RAM videos.
that'll be $800.
What? That can't be right! What do you mean, $800?
Yep. That's probably how it felt for anyone who's fired up the old PC part picker over the last couple of months. But why though? Well, part of it is the obvious one. I'm sure by now you must have seen the countless headlines about AI data centers and their insatiable demands for energy and water, and yes, computer memory. And they're using their fire hose of investment capital to buy up so much memory that one of the big three memory makers just said, "Mother the big three, bitch, it's just big me."
Okay,
and
dude.
Then sunsetted their entire consumer line outright in an effort to focus on this sky-high
Who
AI
was that,
demand.
Micron?
Separately, SK Hynix announced that they are sold out of production all the way through 2026, and Samsung just increased their contract pricing by 100%. This means that if the AI bubble doesn't pop, this is gonna get worse before it gets better.
But like, can't they just make more memory chips or
just make
build
more,
factories?
dude?
Couldn't they just download more RAM?
Literally just download more.
Yeah, they could do those things, but I hate to break it to you guys, there's actually a lot of reasons for them not to do that. Just like
They want the price to be high.
Segue to our sponsor.
Dbrand. Dbrand is doing a giveaway. All you gotta do is order something from their site before the new year, quickly, and you will be entered to win a Galaxy Z Trifold, which currently isn't available in North America. Just visit IamVeryShort.com.
I am very short.
Are you tired of boring screwdrivers? Boom! 4 new colors of the brand new LED.
Bro, stop selling me shit.
Cut them all.
Such as ChatGPT, DeepSeek, and Gemini are so darn RAM costs a small nation's GDP now.
Just okay, fine. I don't care. I don't want to hear the
To explain why RAM costs a small nation's GDP now, we first need a quick and dirty explainer for why AI models such as ChatGPT, DeepSeek, and Gemini are so darn thirsty for it. LLMs, or large language models, are trained by feeding them buckets of media files, often text, images, video, or audio, or depending on the model, sometimes a combination. And in the current arms race, the highest quality models depend on parsing through the largest buckets of training data. This training process can take anywhere from a few hours to months for the largest models. And that's where RAM comes in. Because RAM is so much faster than an SSD, with more capacity than the cache on board a CPU, it's essential, crucial even, for large data centers to get as much as possible to speed up their AI development and training efforts. It's also useful for inference, the stage where the user actually interacts with the trained model. For instance, if you have a long interaction with an AI model, more RAM helps to quickly reference the earlier context of your conversation in order to appropriately respond to your next prompt. If you want a deeper dive into this, I'm gonna make sure I link some resources down below. But all you really need for us to continue is more. It just needs more. And companies like OpenAI are generating billions of dollars in revenue.
Billions!
Funding. Which, if they want to stay on the bleeding edge, means they need as much memory as they can get. But Elijah, isn't a ton of that memory being installed on AI GPUs, or even memory sticks that are for servers? Why is my Gamer Deluxe RGB 360 no-scope kit also getting expensive? Here's the thing. While your favorite PC parts retailer might carry RAM from dozens of different manufacturers, most of them only assemble modules, the sticks that actually go into the slots. For the little black squares, the actual chips that contain the DRAM dies, there are really only 3 serious players right now. SK Hynix, Samsung, and Micron. These giants own the multi-billion-dollar fabs that produce those chips and use them to supply functionally every single industry on Earth. If it has a processor, it probably needs a little bit of DRAM. So yes, server sticks are separate from your gaming sticks, but at the end of the day, whether you're a typical gamer or an AI company, you're both competing, or more like bidding, on the finite quantity of these chips that can be produced by the big 3. And I wonder who can afford to bid more, the individual who wants to play video games, or the multi-trillion-dollar corporation with no revenue whose stock price will cater if they don't buy more than anyone else in an effort to maintain their tenuous lead. So if you take off your angry consumer hat and put on your business monster hat for even a second, it's pretty easy to understand why Micron decided to pivot their internal resources toward fulfilling demand for their hungriest, wealthiest customers. It sucks, because Crucial was a really good source of quality RAM and SSDs at a decent price. But it's really not the end of the world. Samsung has zero presence in their DIY enthusiast space either, but That doesn't prevent module makers like Kingston or Corsair potentially pivoting and buying chips from them and building sticks for gamers. Speaking of Samsung, a rumor recently started that supply was so constrained that they couldn't supply their own smartphone business unit with RAM chips. Samsung has come out and said that that isn't true, but for it to be even a concern for the industry does raise a question. Why don't they just make more? Well, for a couple reasons. First, as I've alluded to before, the current fabs that are used to make cutting-edge chips have a finite capacity. They already run around the clock with some of the world's most finely tuned supply management and highly trained engineers overseeing their operation. It's not as simple as just adding a production shift or turning the machine up to 200%. Those are delicate operations, and if something goes wrong in the middle of a batch, it could be weeks or even months to build it again from scratch. So they're not gonna change things all willy-nilly. And second is that even if they could boost production to meet demand, both SK Hynix and Samsung have publicly stated they don't plan to because they don't want to. See, this isn't the first time DRAM demand has spiked. There was a big one back in the mid-2010s when affordable cell phone plans went online in India, as well as just a more general surge in demand for mobile computing devices. Anyway, in the past, DRAM manufacturers have boosted production to meet these spikes in demand, spikes that eventually subsided, leading to an overstock.
Okay,
you see,
yeah.
The same factors that make it hard to ramp up production at a moment's notice also make it kind of challenging to slow it down at a moment's notice. That can be good for consumers since that means cheap gaming memory.
It would have to be, so the solution would be, it would have to be a sustained increase in demand. Which seems like it would happen. I mean, I'm sure that they're slowly like increasing the amount of shit they make, because over time we're making more and more computers using more RAM and stuff, but I understand them do it like just for one big spike. It would take more than just that, I guess.
But corporate fat cats kind of hate that, especially when it leads to them selling memory at cost, or sometimes even below cost. The third reason is closely related to the first and second. Building a fabrication facility for anything silicon wafer production, whether it's CPUs, GPUs, or RAM, takes literal years. And these aren't the kind of projects where you can just throw twice as much money at them to complete them in half the time. On top of the building itself, plans need to be in place for seismic activity mitigation, water access and management, power, staffing, logistics, good old-fashioned supply of the chemicals, gases, and high-purity silicon wafers you'll need. And even if one of these big boys does decide to shell out for another state-of-the-art fab, they would obviously want a return on their investment, so they would only do it if they expect these prices to stay high enough for them to operate it profitably for the next couple years. And I'm gonna let you in on a little open secret. That's not gonna happen. The AI bubble is going to pop. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon, and for the rest of your life. When it happens, demand for memory isn't going to go away, just like demand for new smartphones didn't go away. But it won't stay at this level. And there is no shovel manufacturer on Earth that is going to build a several billion-dollar factory that might not be needed by the time it's completed. So it just seems that it's all—
This shit grew in like 3 seconds.
Where the f is that coming from?
From across the Pacific Ocean, Elijah, where I've just learned that China will save us from expensive memory.
China!
Well, maybe. Regardless of your political views on China and their technology, CXMT, a relatively new chip fab that was born and raised in the 100-acre wood, has just announced that they now have the ability to manufacture DDR5 chips. Great news for folks in China, although maybe not as much for Americans, unless the US and China can sort out their little trade
no.
With all that said, according to some reports, CXMT is still about 2 to 3 years from reaching the kind of manufacturing output that the big three have. So it remains to be seen whether they'll be able to make a dent in the current demand anyway. Which really sucks, because as I alluded to before, this is probably going to get much worse before it gets better. Remember that bit about how SK Hynix has sold through their 2026 production? What that means is that even if the bubble pops, okay, all those chips are booked, and SK Hynix is gonna do their darndest to make sure that whoever booked them buys them. So if a company like Kingston were to place an order for chips, it's gonna be at those current market or bidded prices. And they're not gonna sell them to you for the old price just because you're a poor consumer who just wants a decent price on memory. They're still gonna wanna get the money back from paying more for those RAM chips. So, years then? Back to you, Elijah.
Which means not only are RAM DIMMs going to be more expensive, but everything that needs memory will be. iPhones, Steam machines, smartwatches, cars, and so much more. So, with all of that said, what should you do as a consumer? To be honest,
buy RAM.
Micron and OpenAI make for convenient scapegoats for lining the pockets of corporate billionaires and politicians and leaving us to struggle, both now and when the AI bubble pops. But the flip side is they are just some of the players, and as far as I can tell, everyone is complicit. And if I'm mad at everyone, I don't know what to do. Boycott everyone that makes RAM? Then what? What videos will we make about products with no RAM in them? What video games are we going to play? I did find out some good news though that I'm going to tell you. The Ebola outbreak that is happening in the Congo has just been declared over. I mean, I didn't say the good news was going to be about the RAM crisis, but hey, maybe this will be a good segue to our sponsor.
Private internet access. What's a VPN? I'm glad
cool.
you asked. Basically, a VPN hides your IP address and masks the location you access to, and even better, private with a risk check back on the video.
That's the end of the video. RAM. Let's look up AI bubble. Any interesting videos about that? Gamers Nexus. Is this a good channel? NVIDIA's AI bubble. We could watch NVIDIA's CEO. I think it's the CEO. Talk about this shit. This was 3 days ago. Yeah, it's fresh.
This is for certain. Everybody's jobs will change as a result of AI.
Hold on.
Some jobs will disappear. Obviously, every single industrial revolution, some jobs are just gone, but a whole bunch of new jobs are created. Everybody will have to use AI, because if you don't use AI, you're going to lose your job to somebody who does.
Time has named the architects of AI as the 2025 Person of the Year. One of those architects is Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA, which is now the world's most valuable company. NVIDIA has a near monopoly on the supply of GPUs, the advanced computer chips powering the AI boom that's transforming the planet. The industry's rapid growth has tech leaders proclaiming a new era of abundance, while skeptics warn of a looming financial bubble. In November, I went to speak with Huang at NVIDIA's Bay Area headquarters. Google CEO Sundar Pichai said this week that there were elements of irrationality in the stock market around AI right now. Do you agree with him?
There's always some irrationality somewhere in the stock market. I think that that's a fair thing to say. I would say, though, the part that most people miss is that underneath the foundation of chatbots and agentic AI is a transformation of computing from general purpose to accelerated computing. When you then gauge the investments incremental on top of that relative to the opportunity of generative AI or agentic AI, AGI on top of that, then you'll come to the conclusion, in fact, it's...
Why are you saying that? Why did it...
Very modest.
Okay, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with the video. Agentic AI. It's just like significantly more autonomous artificial intelligence system. Let me look up agentic define. Something with the capacity to act autonomously, showing initiative, self-discretion, and the ability to make independent decisions to achieve goals. Cool.
It's still significant, but it's modest in relative to the overall computing market. Importantly, very modest. It's still significant, but it's modest in relative to the overall computing market.
So you're somewhere between $4 and $5 trillion company right now. A lot of that cash flow that you're bringing in as revenue, you're investing in other companies in the space. Some people in the world of analysts and the stock market are saying this creates a degree of circularity. There's vendor financing here. It could create extra systemic risk if, for example, companies like OpenAI, which is not profitable, fails to meet the commitments that it's making to buy data centers mostly full of your chips. Are you concerned that there is a growing structural risk related to all of those things?
That's the bubble.
Not because of this reason.
For any other reason?
Well, if there are other reasons that we can talk about, but not for this, not for this particular reason. Let me tell you why. Every single transaction we do, every single purchase order that we take, we still go back to first principles and we ask ourselves, do you really have the demand for it? Because if you don't have the demand for it, somebody else has demand for it. The reason why we invest is several reasons. One is to expand our ecosystem. If you look at the investments that we will likely make and have made up to now, and you compare it to the revenues that we're generating, it's in the low single digits. And so that kind of tells you, how could low single digits create circularity? And then very importantly, this is the last reason, these are consequential companies, most important companies of our time, and we have the opportunity to have a front row seat partnership with them. We kind of also have, if you will, inside information about how successful they're doing. And so the opportunity to invest in them, it's going to turn out to be a great investment.
I'd love to move on to talking about the year that you've had in the world of politics and policy. The year begins with Trump entering the Oval Office. I understand that your first meeting with him ever was that month in January. And since then, you've traveled the world with him. He's referred to you as a close friend and a great leader. And I'm curious, having spent so much time with him up close this year, what's something that you've learned about his approach to AI and the way that he does business?
Let's see. I guess maybe I'll say some things that
don't get me in trouble.
Isn't evident watching or reading about President Trump on TV or news. First of all, he's an extraordinarily good listener.
Oh.
He's almost. I think everything I've ever said to him, he's remembered. He is an incredible.
What is this?
Hard worker. His work ethic. He starts as early as anybody else, and oftentimes we'll be talking about things late in the night.
Why are we glazing Trump right now?
I'm kind of.
What is the point of this?
And he would have gone for several more hours.
Wow, he's great. He's just doing a great job.
I've never met anybody with such incredible work ethic. And so it just came from everything that he's done. He's just worked hard his whole life. He works 7 days a week, as far as I can tell. There is no, after work, spend time with doing something else. He's just working.
I don't know why this is a Trump
these two
glaze festival.
Are really impressive, and I wouldn't have.
This is because he wants favor with Trump. I don't understand why we need this question. He did well. I mean, like, I could understand. Maybe he's just trying to probe what he would say. Because, like, you could get an interesting answer from that question. It's like, what do you think about any of your personal interaction with Trump? And you could reveal, like, some new thing that, I don't know, people aren't thinking about or something, and he makes it seem like he's doing that, but he's really just glazing him and making him look good, because he knows that Trump is going to see this, and he wants his favor. That's obvious. I mean, to me, that's what, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm stupid and I don't know anything, but to me, that's just obviously what's happening. This is so stupid.
I've guessed those two qualities, but he's excellent listener, he's incredible work ethic, and he's super smart.
In the time that
he's super smart
in and around the Trump administration and traveling the world this year, is there an important moment that you experienced that the world doesn't know about yet, but that you think it should?
The world is...
yeah, maybe we can try a different approach to this question. It's like, do you have any unique Any unique things to say about Trump?
Unaware of how deeply dependent United States and China are to each other. The ideas that floated around about United States decoupling from China, I think is flawed.
It's
our
flawed.
dependency on each other is quite significant, and it's deeper than people.
Watch
think.
out!
And every single time we press it, we realize what else we're dependent on each other on. That this will be the most consequential relationship in the next century. If this is so, I think that we really ought to recognize that managing the relationship and not causing conflict is the most important thing we could do. And so negotiations, communications, compromise, and just the continuous process of doing that is essential. And I think the current administration has demonstrated incredible wisdom
True.
in engaging, whether it's Hegseth in with the military, whether it's Besant and Treasury, President Trump himself, Ambassador Greer, all of them representing us, engaging deeply in conversations there. Deeply wise, and I think it will
very
demonstrate
wise.
That a century from now,
almost as wise as the
impactful
tariffs.
change versus isolation and avoidance, and I think that's important. I think the second thing that I would say that the world didn't realize is how deeply dependent we are in the AI industry on the brilliant students and the brilliant scientists of China. 50% of the world's AI researchers are from China. Their companies in China want China to win. I think that's terrific. And I think the Chinese want China to win. I think that's terrific. We want America to win. And we can have a healthy competition while we compete fairly, and collaborate at the same time. But I think taking it emotionally too far from that results in consequences in relationships that are just harder to manage.
You've been still unable to ship at the beginning of the administration your H20 chip to China, and had argued successfully, ultimately, to the Trump administration for them to remove that export control. However, shortly after that, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said that the goal of American chip policy in that regard was to get China addicted to US chips. And that after that, China turned around and said, actually, no, we don't want the H20. And since then, you've publicly declared that you have no China revenue anymore. What was your response to Lutnick's comments there?
Well, you know,
Nutlick.
It's unfortunate. I would say.
Think real hard.
So first of all, it's really important to understand what AI is. AI is not just a model. What AI is a full stack of reinvention of every single layer of the technology stack. AI is about energy. That's the reason why we're talking about energy all the time. When President Trump came into office and he was pro-energy growth,
oil.
If it wasn't because of his posture on energy growth, the United States would have been in a very bad way.
I didn't know this would have so much to do with Trump. That's funny.
We would have had no energy, no incremental energy necessary to grow this incredibly important industry. So his growth posture, his energy growth policy is incredibly helpful. But we have to win every other layer as well. The next layer is chips. The layer after that is infrastructure, cloud services. The layer after that, large language models or AI models. And of course, very importantly, AI applications. The United States has, if we hope to take advantage of this next industrial revolution, and this will be the largest industrial revolution of all of the industrial revolutions.
It will be the biggest.
And so every layer of that stack, we must be determined to win. But if we allow all of the layers to only be as successful as the least successful layer, then the United States will fall behind, no doubt. Our belief, and what I've explained, is that in the layer of chips, the single most important thing is to make sure that every single model in the world runs on American tech stack, and that the American tech stack is everywhere in the world, so that, you know, American tech stack becomes, if you will, the global standard. There's a belief that somehow, if we provided American chips to foreign countries, and specifically China, that the Chinese military would be building their military and building airplanes and aircraft carriers using American chips. Well, first of all, they have plenty of their own chips, and their companies are formidable. The idea that China does not have technology industry, we now know, is lunacy. And the idea that China is not able to manufacture would suggest somebody has had their head deeply in the sand. The ability for us to engage the China market, compete freely there, earn our business is great for America. It's great for the American people. It allows us to generate revenues for the United States. And as you know, the country that is most secure, has the mightiest military, is because it's also the wealthiest country. And so we want America to be the wealthiest country so that we can fund the mightiest military. And I think that is our way of contributing to national security.
But this is a tightrope that you're walking, right? Because you saying this, precisely what China wants is to have its own semiconductor industry. Right?
I know it.
So in a way, it wasn't Lutnick only just kind of saying the quiet part out loud.
You're exactly right. In a lot of ways, we realize that on the one hand, we would like to limit American technology to China. On the other hand, we would like to participate in their market. It is exactly the opposite for them. They would like their Chinese companies to have access to the best technology so that different layers of the AI stack can flourish. And while it gives their local technology companies an opportunity to catch up. They would like to access American technology, but they would also like to dominate their own market. And so these two ideas are true in both countries. And so the best answer is to let the system work itself out. I think we need a nuanced policy where American companies have access to the most advanced technology, American technology. Meanwhile, allowing American companies to go participate in the world's second largest market.
Since I spoke with Huang, President Trump said the US would allow NVIDIA to sell H200 chips to China, with the government collecting a 25% cut of the sales.
Jesus.
You mentioned decoupling there and how the two superpowers are still very dependent on one another. But in your industry, chipmaking, which is historically very highly concentrated in Taiwan, there is actually a decoupling going on. This last month, October, the first Blackwell chip rolled off a production line from an Arizona factory. This is a momentous occasion because Taiwan is obviously a geopolitical...
We're building the most advanced chip in the world here in America for the very first time.
But doesn't that explicitly cause a decoupling? I mean, China is building its own domestic semiconductor industry. The US is now building its own domestic fabrication of semiconductors. That long-time strategic balance of Taiwan being this place where, it's stuck in the middle almost, too expensive because of all of these reasons, is invasion becoming more likely because of this decoupling?
Invasion would, any conflict, I've not heard of any specific plans, but any conflict should be reduced, and so we shouldn't play a role in increasing conflict. I think it's very clear that President Trump is a president of peace, and seeks
very
out
clear.
peace. With respect to
Come
semiconductor
on.
manufacturing, I think it's very clear that as the industry grows, having resilience is important.
Oh, we got hightail content.
Enhance.
Fuck this Trump glazing.
Not to make more beds though. We need more animal egg.
Hello.
I wonder if I could... Hello. I
You
wonder
guys
if I
play
could set my
Minecraft
spawn.
too?
Yeah.
That ass. Is the stream laggy as fuck? What the fuck?
Maybe.
I think it
These
is.
ladders are really weird. They're not like Minecraft ladders.
I'll be right back.
Oh, I need sticks.
Fox.
Yeah, the fox is just obvious.
I'm just reading everything that comes with this.
Don't care anymore. Parker's stream sucks.
Resilience. And so the ability to manufacture in multiple sites in multiple continents, for whether
This guy's blowing me away a little bit. CEO of NVIDIA, super cool guy. I thought, and now he's just like, this is crazy. He's on this Trump glaze fest to try to get his favor to have his company do well. That's insane.
for electricity reasons or weather reasons or earthquake reasons, whatever the reasons are, having diversity and redundancy in the most critical supply chain is just wise. We will depend on Taiwan to manufacture chips and electronics for decades to come. Their people, their culture, just their network of ecosystems and companies that are built around each other, the efficiency of that island in building electronics and chips is unheard of, unbelievable. It's going to take decades to replicate that.
The Chinese government has instructed its army to be ready by 2027 to invade the island. Your policy that you advocate of allowing NVIDIA chips to be sold to China, do you think that does anything to the risk of that happening? Does it make it more likely, less likely, or no change?
Less likely.
Why?
The reason for that is very clear. Never push an adversary or anyone to the wall. It is just, it's wisdom to ensure that we don't elevate the tension of any relationship. And when you take things to an extreme, for example, all or nothing, those extremes are causes reflexes and outcomes that are unintended and unexpected. And so I think the moderation, having a nuanced strategy where United States, especially the technology is built here in the United States, and NVIDIA is an American company. America has every right to ensure that American companies in America has the best and the most. We have every right, and we do that. We ensure that, and that's a natural way of how we do business. But also to make available to our technology so that we can participate and compete in the global market, so that the United States could have the largest possible technology footprint. That's a wise thing to do. And so I think it's in our interest to do that. I think it's in their interest, with all due respect, that NVIDIA's technology is quite advanced, and we could be helpful and to be in service of the technology companies in China, and we'd appreciate the opportunity to go compete and go earn our opportunities there. And so to that extent, and we don't cause disruptions or cause panic or whatever the emotional feelings are. Of course, they'll keep the tension low and they'll keep the relationship balanced.
I want to talk about Saudi Arabia as well, because there are similar dynamics at play there. So in May, you traveled to Saudi Arabia with President Trump.
Where the fuck did this guy come from?
And there were some major deals announced, including large shipments of NVIDIA chips to Saudi AI companies. Under the Biden administration, those chip exports had been blocked essentially because of concerns that Saudi Arabian companies were close to Chinese companies and that the chips could make their way via the Gulf to China. Can you describe the role that you played getting the Trump administration to rethink that policy?
The argument goes like this. AI is impactful and consequential for every single company and every industry and every nation. And the Middle East will absolutely develop AI capability for their ecosystem. Would we like the Middle East to be built on the American tech stack? Or would we like the Middle East to be built on somebody else's tech stack? That's
China.
really the simple question. And the idea of conceding technology leadership, the idea of conceding a massive market, made no sense to President Trump. And for what reason, whatever the reasons of the previous administration for conceding, for forfeiting tens of billions, hundreds of billions of dollars of market opportunity to another country when we don't have to, when we have the world's best technology, forfeiting just doesn't make sense to President Trump.
You just got back from DC where the Saudi...
I didn't know about this. About this stuff. I don't know what they're talking about, how much is true or warped. That, I guess Biden didn't want to sell something. Are they talking about chips or some kind of AI thing to either Saudi Arabia or just the Middle East because they don't want it to get to China? I don't understand any of that. I haven't really heard much about that.
Yes, was in town. You attended a dinner. What did you talk about?
I do know, the only thing I know about Biden and China is that he, his administration, his Congress, whatever, had that bill that was gonna ban TikTok. And then as soon as Trump came in, it was reversed. It was gone for like one fucking day. And I think the main concern there was just that we don't want China to have their fingers in such a massive part of our media and our, like, we call it like culture, or mainly just the media.
He was very happy with the licenses of the GPUs, NVIDIA GPUs for the KSA. He was very complimentary of the work that we've been doing. You know, of course, His Royal Highness is both a avid gamer, and his home is populated with NVIDIA GeForce. He has a esports room with tens of PCs, the highest end gaming PCs, and underneath the desk is all GeForce. And so he's a big fan of GeForce. He's been a customer of GeForce for a very long time, and he's really delighted by the partnership that we have in AI, and grateful for everything that we've done to help him get to this point. And so he was just very, very happy.
I want to switch gears now to talk about the social impacts of AI. This is a technology that has the potential to automate many aspects of human labor very soon. And I'm curious the degree to which you feel a responsibility for making that transition go well.
What AI will do is to make tasks that we do in our job more efficient. Our job is not to wrangle a spreadsheet. Our job is not to type into a keyboard. Our job is generally more meaningful than that. I'm fairly confident that AI will drive productivity, revenue growth, and therefore more hiring. There's a belief that the world's GDP is somehow limited at $100 trillion. Well, what's likely to happen is AI is going to cause that $100 trillion to become $200 trillion, $300 trillion, $500 trillion. There's no fundamental limit to the size of a GDP. And so, the number of people in the world that is participating in this GDP, in the $100 trillion GDP, is actually quite small. And so what if we brought the rest of the world, the rest of society, the rest of the world's population, empower them with AI, give them the opportunity to participate in the GDP, and cause this GDP to quintuple? I think that's a very likely outcome. And it's very likely that companies will become more prosperous. But it's for certain. This is for certain. Everybody's jobs will change as a result of AI. Some jobs will disappear. Obviously, every single industrial revolution, some jobs are just gone, but a whole bunch of new jobs are created. Everybody will have to use AI, because if you don't use AI, you're going to lose your job to somebody who does.
Maybe my final question. NVIDIA is Latin for envy. It feels like you're on top of the world right now. Is there anything you're envious of?
You know, as I'm reflecting on it, I have a pretty great life. I have an incredible family. I've known my wife since I was 17.
Jesus.
I got two amazing kids, 34 and 35. Although they didn't start out working at NVIDIA, both of them work at NVIDIA today. And to be able to work hard with your kids on very important things and watch them come up with incredible ideas, unique ideas, and do things that you never knew you could do yourself. To watch them do that, and it just brings me enormous joy. I obviously have a great company to be part of. We're building the most impactful technology the world's ever known. To be at the center of that is a great privilege and a great responsibility, and of course comes with a great joy. And I have the support of 40,000 employees. We have incredible retention. I've worked with many of them multiple decades, and I've got 2 great dogs. You know, and
most importantly,
yeah, I've got 2 great dogs. They both had their ultrasound.
The dogs.
Today. They're apparently quite healthy. You know, Lori takes incredible care of them, and they're super
Personal
fit.
stuff.
The world, the rest of society, the rest of the world's population, empower them with AI. Give them the.
What are we doing? What's wrong with this thing? We're at the end of the video. Whatever, dude. This guy's goofy. His name is Jensen Huang. Jensen Huang. President and CEO of NVIDIA. He's 62. Taiwanese American. Wow. Huh. Type shit. That surprised me a little bit. Just seeing the full Trump glaze from the NVIDIA CEO. And I didn't expect any of it. It's literally in the title. Jensen Huang on an AI bubble, Trump, and the arms race with China. Interesting stuff. Let me see. Oh, Captain Sparkles uploaded Hightail Episode 1.
Alright, what's going on, dudes? And welcome to Hightail. This has been a very long time in the making, so I shouldn't keep you waiting any longer.
I don't know what the fuck is so wrong with the picture-in-picture. It has so many fucking issues.
Let's make our first world. Let's call it a hero's journey.
Wow.
Bonus points if you get the throwback. And I'm going to keep all the settings standard. And just see how it goes. This is launch day. The game actually downloaded
Lunch
really
day?
quickly and
What the
smoothly,
fuck is
so I was
lunch
really
day?
impressed with that. Good job on the server hosting, whoever you're using. Here we are. The first gate of the Echo in the Emerald Wilds. Okay, so we start off in kind of like this pre-built structure of sorts. And here we are. In the world of Hightail, oh my goodness, I'm probably going to have to do some setting adjustments as we go here. Mr. Fox, how are you? It's great to be here. Can I talk to you? Ow, okay, why does he hurt me? Oh my goodness, is he gonna do it? Is he gonna chase me?
Oh my goodness gracious.
Stop! I thought you were nice. This is so messed up. What the heck? Do I have to punch you? I don't want to punch Mr. Fox. Oh, he ran away. I guess he's neutral. Wait, that's crazy. I just wanted to be his friend. Why does he hate me? I thought the exclamation points were like, he's gonna be a little tutorial helper or something like that, dude. That's not nice. Are you the way I think you are? Oh, thank goodness. Guys, for anyone who thought this might be Minecraft, it's not.
It's not
Thank goodness for
Minecraft.
that. Okay, well, hey, all the knowledge I have is telling me that I should punch wood. God, my knuckles must be in so much pain right now. It's taken a very long time. I guess possibly how it might be if you actually attempted to punch a tree with your fist. I got it! I got an oak log! Now I can use the oak log as a tool in order to punch the tree a little bit more, perhaps, maybe. Come on, tree break! Dude, I need some tree capitator in my life right now, pretty please. That's one of the things I've been seeing
Alright,
a lot.
cool.
With,
Get
Simon
resources.
Magical posting on Twitter is that a lot of mods are already in the works. They gave a lot of mod creators early access to the game. And I happen to notice that applied energistics related kind of storage systems seem to be on their way soon. So even if we're doing a little vanilla playthrough here, I may have to install that. Just letting you know. Oh, no floating trees around here. Let's go. Oh my God. Okay, so we do a tree capitator. We have to get that tree into like a floating kind of scenario. So I should have started with a plank that was like a little higher up. All right. How do I access my inventory? There's a different keybind and it's not E. Is it tab? It's tab. May need to change that, but we'll see. I already changed a couple keybinds just before we started. Things that I thought would be of better muscle memory. Okay, so wooden chest, campfire, crude bedroll, crude torch. Wait, can I just make... Oh, cool. Okay, so it's tree sap and plant fibers in order to make torches. So there's no crafting grid. To be fair, I didn't expect there was going to be a crafting grid. I figured it would be more standard. You have the items in your inventory, and it tells you, okay, this is what you can make. So what do I need? Any rubble? How do I get rubble? Can I make, like, something? Do I need to make something in order to harvest rubble, or do I just find a, I need to find rocks sticking out of the ground and try to punch them? Maybe? Maybe this will work. Maybe my fist is stronger than I thought it would be. Huh? Oh, let's go. Okay, so I can actually do this. God, my fist slash the planks are the ultimate tool. Wait,
so you need rubble for...
If I use the cobble, will I punch quicker? Did I just get rubble? White petals. Never mind, I didn't get rubble. So the question is how to get rubble. Maybe I need to have the stone first, and then I can convert it into rubble in the inventory or something like that. So, I can make a builder's workbench. I mean, that seems like a pretty good idea. All right. Seems pretty epic. And then place it down. Apparently, there's nothing I can build here. I got nothing of note. All right, I'm going to take you... Oh, dude, it breaks quick. That's really nice. We love to see that. I wonder, like... What is over there? Is that just tree? There's going to be... Oh, wait. There's a thing over there. There's like a little prefab or something. Also, there's horses. I should maybe just, like, continue to explore the world a little bit more. Okay, I swear. Are you going to be mean? Wait. I don't even need a saddle? I just go? Okay, that's pretty sick. It's just cool. Simple. Oh, shout out to the horses. Oh, also another thing that's kind of crazy. Wait, I need to... Maybe I already, like, used it and didn't even comment. He's running away! Are you guys, like, chasing me because I just ran away with their family? Sorry about that. Yeah, but automatic step up is pretty cool. It's not like auto jump in Minecraft, which is a bit annoying, but it's just like step up. No, come back! Come back! Come back here, man! Ooh, he really doesn't want this. Oh, God. I'm okay. There, I feel like the whole family's mad. Oh, dude, let's go. What? They look angry. So maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. I'm gonna hold on. Unless I can just do a little, like, stealth mission. Wait, should I grab some berries? Maybe it's like a little foodage or something. Let's see. Let's bring them over there. Can I munch? I need to get my health back, actually, before... Oh, my screen's been a little red lately. I wasn't even realizing. Yeah, so unsurprisingly, these suck for regenerating your health. But I don't have the heart to see if horse meat is accessible to us. I feel like that's a no for now. You know, over time, the more that I end up playing this, like, the more unethical I'll get, and the more, sometimes you gotta punch a horse. Sometimes you just gotta do it. But I'm not quite there yet. Although I don't think I'll have any remorse for foxes anymore. As opposed to, in the craft, foxes are very cute, and I would never do anything. I feel like foxes have already gotten onto my short list, alright? When I say short, I mean it's a list of... You know what I mean. Okay. Hey, by the way, while we're punching some stone, might I possibly interest you in a word from our sponsor, me? And Hightail, I guess. If you guys do end up deciding to get this game and you haven't yet, you can use code Captain Sparkles. If you're interested, you can type it in to the field when you're buying the game, and then it's creator code Captain Sparkles, which is pretty epic, because I get kickbacks for bribing you to play the game. You can also do the same with Apex Hosting, our usual server hosting
discount
sponsor.
or anything.
They are hosting Hightail servers from day one, so if you want one of those to play with your friends, that's another option for you. Code Captain Sparkles. Available everywhere that Code Captain Sparkles can code. Okay, well, we got a little bit more stone. I still need to figure out how the frick to get rubble. I feel like a bit of an idiot, but, like, are there rubble piles? Ooh, carrots, dude! Okay, that's nice. That's actually kind of a sick quality of life thing. It says specifically that it is mature carrots and mature wheat, so you know, like, not to harvest it too early. Instantly restores 5%. Oh, wait, grants a little buff, dude. My carrot, essence of life. A form of overflowing life energy found in abundance around plant life on Orbeez. In great enough concentrations, perhaps it could even bring forth sentience where it was absent before. What the frick?
What the fuck?
Okay, little bro, I see you.
So close.
Oh, it's like I'm still king of that.
Dude, fuck off. Oh, my phone's gonna die. Ugh. You know what? I might just have to play another League game, unfortunately. What else would I play? Could try playing some Counter-Strike. Well, I think I might get off soon. I might play another league game, but I'm gonna end the stream. I think I'll probably get off sometime soon. And I'll just end it a little early here. 4 hours, not bad.